You like that
Sweet
one?
guitar solo, man.
Welcome to a very special edition of the podcast. Now, we should say beforehand that this is a pre-recorded podcast, but is brought to you by Squarespace, Onnit, and Audible, which we'll be talking about a little bit later.
Audible's cool.
In the show. But we're pre-taping this. We have a special guest with us. Why don't you say hello?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Colton.
Colton?
Hello. Welcome.
Actually, Michael, you're kind of a special guest on the podcast too, aren't you?
Thanks.
So we
Are you
also
saying
have...
I'm like not part of the family?
No, he's just saying that you're special.
All I'm
what
saying
does
is
that
that
mean?
we don't get you on the podcast enough.
Well, you don't ask me enough.
Colton called me out
You
on
can
something.
get me literally every single
Gus
week.
doesn't
I'm
ask
just
you.
saying.
Bernie's not.
I'm not in charge of that at all. I got the stupid iPad this week, but I'm very happy. I want to give a shout out to the control room. They didn't make me wear Gus's disgusting earpiece.
Oh,
So-
God.
Yeah.
They're just going to be shouting.
Don't they have replacement pieces that they put in?
Well, they have like little plastic things,
Yeah.
like for like when the doctor checks your temperature.
I think
just get one of
Gus
those.
burns through those things like
Yeah.
once a podcast.
You're probably right. Didn't he like melted his keyboards and his computers just
Yeah.
by
With
his
sweat?
fingers?
With his sweat. That's
he's,
a thing.
He's got
What's
this
in
thing
his
where
sweat?
He
Yep.
erodes metal over time, like a really long
story.
period of
His
time.
body fluids are acidic, essentially.
So if he puts like a penny in his mouth, it slowly dissolves.
Exactly.
It would.
All right.
Abraham Lincoln goes away. Also, Barbara's here, and I'm Bernie.
Thank you. I feel
Yeah.
special.
Hello.
I gave you an introduction. How do you
Thank
feel about
you.
that?
I feel that's really nice of you.
Colton called me out though because as soon as Michael set foot on stage, I happened to say, "Does anybody want makeup?" Colton,
Oh,
you want
it
makeup?
totally sounded like you were saying Michael needs makeup.
I know.
Like, does anybody at all, anybody here want some makeup? Anyone at
Maybe
all?
Michael.
Anybody that direction?
Or Michael.
I was asking for myself because I'm a makeup fiend.
Do you want makeup? I could go get you some powder.
I think we're good. I think that ship has sailed at this point.
I like the comfortability I've gotten to with makeup here. Like I never used makeup before working at Rooster Teeth.
Yeah?
And I got here and someone was like, "Oh, you're going to be in something. I'll put makeup on you." And I said, "Okay, sure. I guess that's how that works."
Yeah.
And I've never thought about it ever again. Like if I go on something and someone offers it, sure, if you want it.
High heel shoes.
Right,
whatever it
yeah,
is,
whatever.
right on.
Corset.
It's funny when I had
Pearl necklace.
Lindsay and I got married last year. That I love.
I was about to ask this. Go ahead.
Well, she had a makeup artist, and she used her and all that. So she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hire her for the groom's party too." And my reaction to that was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Like I had makeup a million times. Telling my brothers they were getting makeup for the wedding was like, "No, I'm not doing it." I'm like,
They're all
"Shut
from
up,
Jersey.
You just sit in a chair." Like I don't care. I'm not doing that.
The trick.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, exactly.
fool me.
Well, I'm holding my wallet. It's like, who cares?
Holding my wallet.
Yeah.
What do they think happens
I
when
don't
you
get
get
who
makeup?
knows.
It's all.
You trying to rob me. Y'all trying to rob me, man.
It's a slippery slope.
Start with makeup. You
You're
don't
laying
know
in the
where
gutter.
it leads.
You look good, but you got no money and no
Yeah.
clothes. But your skin is
No
flawless.
pants on.
Just make an agreement. Say you get your makeup done, and then you could go drink some beer and hammer up some drywall.
Who was that did your makeup, by the way?
That was Jesse.
Okay, Colton, you just started working with us. So here's an unfortunate thing. I feel bad about discussing something this business related on the air.
Uh-oh.
I recently found out. I said, "Hey, how come Jesse doesn't do our makeup for these last two projects we did?" I said, "I like Jesse." Then they had to reveal to me that they didn't hire Jesse for 2 gigs in a row because they get delayed because her and I talk too much when I'm in the chair. So
You're putting her out of work.
So it's your
It's
fault.
your fault.
my fault.
They should have gotten rid of you.
I was like, why'd you tell me that? I feel so guilty.
Now
Jesus.
I'm mad. I love Jessie. She's my favorite.
I know. And so
Fantastic.
now when we hire her back, I'm like, "Hey, Jesse." I'm like,
You have to be like, hey, I can't talk.
She's gonna come
to
back
you.
and be like, "Bernie hates me." It's like
Bernie won't talk
he
to me
wouldn't
anymore.
hire me for 2 gigs in a row, and now he's
just
not
watching
talking
you
to me.
guys.
I'm like this. I'm like, "This is for your own good."
It's like in Harry and the Hendersons. You're like hitting her in the face. Just go. We don't love you, Harry. Harry and the Hendersons? Yeah? All right, great.
My brother used to work at a movie theater, and I saw Harry and the Hendersons because I get him free to all the movies. I saw Harry and the Hendersons like 10 times. I
Oh, it was
think.
great.
Yeah, John Lithgow. He went all the way from like Juilliard or like with the Globe Theater,
Doing
and
a
he's
scene with a guy in a monkey suit.
that was one of the most realistic Bigfoots I've ever seen.
It
Though.
was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I wonder if
good.
it holds up. I haven't seen it in years.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't hold
Harry,
up.
Hharry and the Hendersons. I'm sure you guys have no idea what this
No
is
idea
about.
what you guys are talking
It's a
about.
family that they hit Bigfoot with their car.
Yeah, they're like on a family trip, and then they hit something with their car, and I think they like pull it into the car, and it wakes up, and it's a Bigfoot, and then
Why
it
would they
kind
pull
of like
it into their car?
There we
it
go.
kind of-
Showing the
wait,
clip
we got a
here.
clip here of Harry and the Hendersons right now.
They got the
And
station
so,
wagon.
they have
It's like the
big
station
station
wagon
wagon.
from
Oh,
Vacation.
it is John Lithgow.
Boom, yeah. See, and they feel bad.
This is like the whole movie.
Yeah, and I think they're like, we're gonna make money off him, and like we're gonna do all this, but then they
God.
become they fall in love with.
They bring it
Harry.
home?
Yeah, they bring it home. Because they think it's dead, but it's not.
And it wakes up on top of the car
Look
when
at
they're
that
coming
hair.
home.
What a great place to bring something dead.
He's breaking the stairs because
This
he's
looks
got
incredible.
big feet. You know,
Just all the problems
He
you'd
eats a lot
expect
of
with a
food.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So how does it end? Do they
Bigfoot,
just...
no, you don't use the toilet like that.
the movie
I
for
don't
you.
want
Is
to
it-
ruin the movie for you. I
Is
mean,
it
I did
kinda
give you a
like
taste.
the,
They try to get him to go back into the woods, but it doesn't work.
Do they adopt it?
Oh,
and
she's
it becomes
great,
part of the
too.
family?
You got the neighbors that come over and they're trying
There's
to hide.
a lot of great character actors in this movie. She's so good.
But it's like a classic like mid-80s movie. That
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
awesome. He's a guy who hunts Bigfoot, who hunts Harry. I saw recently, you know that famous footage that they've had for years?
Sure, where the one's like walking away.
Yeah,
like,
the
kinda like-
Bigfoot's walking away
The
and looks
look.
back towards the
Yeah.
camera. There's a look. There you go.
Yeah.
Michael, do the look for the camera.
That's
Wait,
it.
hang on.
Whoa.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
Bigfoot.
You channeled it.
It was me.
But somebody, I've always said, or I haven't always said, a lot of people said that once everybody had a camera in their pocket, sure enough, ghosts and UFOs, nobody sees them
Right.
anymore all
No,
of a sudden.
yeah,
Right.
now there's nothing.
Now that everything
Right.
can be documented, you no longer see anything anymore.
Yeah, people were like, they're going to find them now. Now we got camera phones. Everybody's going to find them. It's like, nope.
Nope.
They're
now you
still
just
not there.
Yeah.
have twice as many people videotaping the same thing and disproving it.
The only thing we proved is that there really are a bunch of asshole cops. That's all
Yeah,
that's really been
exactly.
proved
Yeah,
by
that
this
was the
point.
only. Yeah, well, I knew that before smartphones were around.
Were you
I was
aware?
aware that there were asshole cops.
I'm not saying every
Now
cop.
white people believe in the same phenomenon as I.
Phenomenon.
Guys,
friendly.
it's true. It turns out it's true.
We get free coffee from cops. I don't know what your experience is like.
Coffee.
They just deliver it
Jeez,
to
it
us.
really is a different world. Two Americas, man.
But somebody took that old footage of Bigfoot walking into the woods, and they applied an image. You can probably look this up, Patrick, somewhere. They applied image stabilization to it because it's like a shaky cam thing.
Okay.
And so they did that thing on YouTube where they image stabilized the whole thing. It's just a dude walking in a suit. That's all it is. It's
In
so
a
really?
suit? What kind of suit?
like some kind of like nasty.
Have you never
like,
seen what he's
rented
talking
Bigfoot
about?
Suit.
No,
It's
I
like
haven't seen
the
this.
quintessential Bigfoot footage.
It's like
I've seen the actual footage of it where it looks like Bigfoot, but not what the guy looks like in whatever.
Oh yeah,
suit he's
once they
wearing.
stabilize it, it just looks like a dude walking. I mean, it's
that's
just like
crazy.
it really takes
A big
away.
dude.
Yeah, just a big dude in a big suit. That's all it is.
I think the guy who shot it was at one point was like, yeah, no, it's fake. But then right before he died, he was like, it wasn't fake. It was real.
What's that?
And then he died
because of that.
because
of his
Because
lies.
of his lies.
Oh,
there
they
it is.
stabilized it. Yeah, just a dude walking in a suit. What's
That
up?
still looks pretty good
Why
to
is
me.
he wearing that though?
Bigfoot, man. Get it out there.
Is it like a snowsuit?
Well, Barbara,
it's
I
a
don't think it's.
Bigfoot
I don't
suit.
think
It's
it's
not,
a
they
candid
didn't just
photo.
catch a guy wearing a snowsuit.
Oh, I
They-
thought that's what you were saying.
No, they
No.
put the suit on. You thought they just found a guy in a hairy snowsuit and were like, what's that?
Yeah.
Barbara thinks it's been a big misunderstanding this whole time.
I don't-
Oh, that
The
was
whole
me,
thing was
guys.
staged.
I don't tend to look
There's
up
not even any
Bigfoot and
snow on the ground.
Maybe
where he
he's
is.
easily cold. I don't know.
You're right. You're
know.
right. Good call.
Sensitive skin.
Maybe it's a snowsuit made out of Bigfoot hair, Yeti hair. Barbara, I'll try to bail you out
Maybe
on that
he
one.
skinned Bigfoot.
It's funny you mentioned that. That is actually what the laser team suits looked like before they shaved them.
Yeah.
They bought them like that.
Yeah, and
and
we
then
had
they were like,
well, in the first half of the movie, we shoot them in those suits. So when you see Laser Team,
so
That's
you think it's a
actually
movie
Burnie.
about 4 Bigfoots, and it's not.
it was originally called Four Bigfoots, and Bigfoots was spelled with a Z at the end.
I was actually a little concerned when you were telling the story of Harry and the Hendersons. I was like, that sounds a lot like Laser Team. They're out on vacation. They hit something with their car. They take it home.
We ripped off Harry and the Hendersons. It's really just a reboot.
We're all using
retelling.
one piece of Bigfoot. I have his arm.
Lithgow's gonna sue us.
What's John Lithgow been in lately?
I don't know,
I
man.
think he does TV now, doesn't he?
He was on
He had
that show
he
30
was in
Rock from the Sun.
Dexter.
No
right?
kidding.
Like that was the pinnacle season of Dexter, season 4. He
Yep.
was fantastic.
Was he a
best
villain?
Season,
Yeah,
yeah,
what
best
was he?
season of the whole show.
He makes a great villain.
And then after that, he had that TV show with, shit, I can't remember who it was. I think it was the dude from Arrested Development, the older guy.
Are you talking about 30 Rock from the Sun?
No. What?
No,
He
that
said
was a couple years
speech,
ago.
but he's from, he's from the band.
I was like, wait, what?
Screech is going to jail. Did you guys hear about that?
What? For what? For the
again?
sex tape?
No, he stabbed somebody in a bar.
Going to jail for
Gotta-
something. Maybe it
you
was
gotta
for stabbing
stop.
somebody in
He
the bar.
stabbed a dude.
I got the internet right here. I can probably
Yeah,
check
man.
it out.
Screech cut a dude
Don't
for
fuck with
talking to his
Screech.
girl, man.
And didn't the guy who
Don't
played
fuck with
Anakin
Screech.
also get in a DUI or something?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
he
he
got
just-
a DUI?
The kid?
He just got
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah,
the kid,
Jake Lloyd.
Like a
The
couple weeks
little
ago.
kid, he grew up.
Yeah, he's old.
That kid,
Oh, how'd he get
And drunk
caught,
driving.
man? All those midi-chlorians. I thought he could just like.
All right,
He's
just go.
racing.
I'm not
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah,
He
I'm not
probably,
drunk.
did. He probably did. That kid hates Star Wars.
He does, man. It's
he
really
does?
Yeah,
it
like he
sucks
came out
to watch
like
interviews with him.
years and years ago. Like he's probably around his 30, I would guess now. But like 10 years ago when he
He's
was
30 years old.
maybe like late 20s.
What year
I
did
remember
that
when
movie
he
come out?
Well, it came out in
old am I?
99, I think. Came out in
16
1999. I mean, I was in
years
middle
ago?
school, so he was probably
He was 10 and
maybe he's like 2 years younger than me. So
Yeah.
maybe he's like 25, 26.
Oh, okay. So,
Damn.
But like around the time when he was in college, like there was tons of interviews with him just saying basically about how like it ruined his life and he hated it and like it was just such like a negative connotation
is it
attached
because
to him.
now people just associate him with that character forever and ever?
I guess, and that, and just like I guess like he was like I was robbed of a childhood, like because he was doing
Come
that,
on.
and like
guy's got all that money.
he probably didn't get that
Whatever.
much
What,
money.
Star Wars money?
Huh? Yeah.
Did you ever hear that they
Probably not that much money.
Peter Mayhew
I don't know
and
about
David
that.
Prowse, the guys that played Chewbacca in Star Wars, played Darth Vader, the guy in the suit for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
They talked about how they never got royalties from the Star Wars movies because they never made any money on paper. This is like the original Star Wars
Yeah.
movies. That they
The original ones, but like Phantom Menace made a lot of money.
and by then the accounting rules had to be a little bit better where they could be
True.
protected. Colton's here from out of town, so he's having Rudy's barbecue.
Yeah, go for it.
while he's doing it.
Yeah.
I think Rudy's, honestly, is probably the most underrated barbecue place in.
It's
I would
my
agree with
favorite
you.
place.
I would
So
agree
good.
with you.
Rudy's Barbecue I got soda and I got new potatoes. It's just basically some potatoes with melted butter.
I
poured
gave
on
Yeah,
you,
it.
I gave you a
it's so
hug
good.
when you first got here, and I was like, "You smell delicious," because you smelled just reeking
roll
of
around in
barbecue.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a chain place, number one, and two, because most of them, if not all of them, are attached to a gas station.
I love that part
It's a
of it.
very like, well, I don't know about that place.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I convinced Ashley to
Amazing.
go to Rudy's the other day just because we needed gas in the truck, and I was
Wink.
like, "Oh, we can go to Rudy's.
I mean,
and get gas.
I
we
guess
got
we
barbecue,
just go
and then
inside.
afterwards, where she was like, "Do you want to go get gas now?"
You just
It's
fart
like
in the car.
right there. And I was just like, "No." Just got in the car, drove away. Had like
driving
20
your own
miles
gas.
left in the tank.
Their
and that was
slogan
it.
is great too. I
She
think
had to
it's,
fill up the car the next day. I felt so bad. I felt kind of bad. A little
The
bad.
slogan?
the slogan is like the worst barbecue or the worst barbecue in Texas.
Yeah, worst barbecue in
Oh.
Texas.
All right. I like
Did you use
that.
the hand washing machine they have there?
It's so cool.
I knew I was
stick
gonna.
your hands in the machine.
I was
Wash-
banking on you bringing that up.
Yeah,
You love
I
that
love
hand
it. I
washing
love
machine?
that thing.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I've never sat down and eaten there because I don't know if I could show you guys this on camera, but
Uh-oh.
I don't. Look, I grew up in Minnesota, so coming down to Texas is always fun. The guy standing in front of me in line today at Rudy's had a wonderful tattoo on the back of his legs.
Right?
Yeah, let's see if you can read that tattoo.
All right, let's see here. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
It says white pride.
It's a wonderful
What?
tattoo.
How did you?
guy-
I've never seen anybody with a white.
Yeah, so I
power
don't hang
tattoo.
out too long. I don't hang out
that.
too long
It's
at Rudy's.
pride. It's
I got
One's
the meat and I
white,
took
one's
off.
pride.
It's on both legs.
What?
And I was
don't
like,
know
and he
how-
made a choice to wear shorts. I was like, this guy's wearing
Yeah.
shorts. He can wear some pants. Like, you go
White
to a
people
public
have
place,
pants.
man.
A lot of proud white
have
people wear
pride.
pants.
A lot
Get
of
some
proud white
Dockers.
people wear pants. Get some Dockers. Yeah.
Some nice Cheetos.
Oh, here's
Oh.
the hand washing station.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
the best thing
I
ever.
was really confused why the
Why
guy
is-
was fisting
Yeah,
it.
he looks like he's really
that's what it
enjoying it.
looks like.
I was like,
Look
what
he's
the
gonna
fuck is
Gavin
happening?
Google in there. I
I
don't know what
thought
that
someone's
was.
like porno tab was still up, and then just the guy's like, yeah.
But it's this machine that you stick your hands into, and it's like this robot washes your hands.
It's awesome.
You don't do anything.
awesome.
You just hold them in there.
No, it's cool.
It's so great. It's so
I
great.
don't
The
believe
way
it.
you say it, it makes it sound like
I'm not buying that.
You'll be the
A
one
machine
guy
that
that gets
everybody
pulled
else at
in.
Rudy's has been sticking
And then
their
you
hand
shake
in.
off the water
And there's
inside
a
of it.
robot. You open it up and there's just a little midget in there.
What's
with,
a dude
like
licking
a
your
cloth.
fingers?
yeah, when you say a robot washes your hand, I picture like someone with a cloth like coming like
The dude with a squeegee and a
Yeah,
tin
good old
cup.
Texas barbecue does not need more robots.
it just spins around your hands.
That's like in Men in Black 2, the dude in the copy machine. That's like the alien
Oh,
that
at
has
the
like
post
8
office?
arms and something like that.
Yeah.
There's like a dude with like 8 tongues in the Rudy thing,
Oh,
just
that's
licking your
disgusting.
fingers.
Yeah, there
Except
it
he's
is.
like, what's
you
that
guys
thing?
get a shot of that? That's disgusting.
No,
What's
we
that
don't
thing you
do
do? What do you call that when you like do that thing with your tongue and you shoot out like a
Gleek.
Gleek.
Gleeking,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's gleeking in there.
I
'cause
can't.
that's
I can't
those
do
jets.
gleeking on command. It only happens randomly. Every
Oh, it
once in a while when
happens,
I'm
yeah.
eating.
At the dentist.
Usually not when you want it to.
Yeah,
funny
usually
enough.
not when I'm wanted to.
I'm the exact same way. It's like, or if I yawn really big, I can do
Every
it then.
once in a while, yeah, it'll
It
happen.
happens to me at the dentist every time I go.
Does-
Yeah.
Really?
My mouth is open and they're like doing stuff and I swallow and then I just like sing.
I don't feel
They gotta
bad
be
about
used to
that
that.
though, because it's like you go to the dentist. They got to expect that.
There's
It's like
usually
people's
that's
mouths
part of the job.
and stuff like that. It's
Part of
just
the
when you're
job.
talking to someone, it's right in their face. You're like, it happened. Sorry.
Dude, I went to the dentist one time, and
Just once?
well, this one time they
Oh,
did this.
every
She did
6
this.
months.
She had like this I mean, it was a ridiculous like face shield. It looked like a welding mask. She put it down. I was like, I'm not intimidated by the dentist, but I said that's a bit much. I go, what's going on with that? She goes, I just got back from a conference. She goes, and they were talking about face protection as part of it. She goes, and I went to the seminar. Shouldn't have done it because it freaked me out. The dentist is saying this. She said she went to a seminar from a dentist who had been blinded in one eye because he worked on a patient who had a cold sore, and he got something in his eye, and he got herpes in his eye, and it like basically just ate his eyeball out. And so I was like,
yeah, right. It was from a patient.
right.
Yeah, bullshit.
He's catching one in the face
Yeah,
somewhere.
I was catching in the face.
But I'll never forget that. I mean, she put this thing down. She like gets the drill out, and then she goes like this. She goes, chunk, with this big face shield. I'm like, I can't hack that.
Yeah.
But I've been lucky. I haven't had like I just last week had some mouth work done. You did too. Like we both came in and we were like numb, like a week apart. It's always like a weird experience. But I've always been lucky. I've only had like one cavity my whole life. And then that was it. That was the one where she put the face shield
I had
on.
a bunch of cavities when I was a little kid.
And I think most people do.
I never had any as a kid, but the last time I went to the dentist, which was about 6 or 7 months ago, they're like, you have 4 cavities.
I mean, I
And
might
I'm
have
like,
some.
whoops.
I haven't been to the dentist in years.
And what do they do for that? Just give you a little drill? Yeah.
They just give you a filling.
When I went to the dentist this last time, I hadn't been in, I think, like 5 years. I hadn't been.
Were they mad? Were they like, you got to come to the dentist more?
No,
often?
they were accepting. They were like, nah, it's okay.
I feel like they've gotten better with that over the years because there's so many people that are like, haven't been to the dentist in 5 years, guess I'll never go again.
Right.
Because the dentist is going to be like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I realized that. Like, I went to the dentist, not as often as I should have back in New Jersey, probably like every year and a half or something like that. And then, but like leading up to moving here and coming here, it had been a gap of like 2.5 years. And I totally had that, like, oh, they're going to yell at me?
You know
Right.
what I would
me?
do? If Rudy's had like a machine, stick my face
Stick
in
your head into
robot,
it. Robot just spits on your
work on my
teeth.
teeth.
The little dude in there.
Little
with
dude
the,
in there.
the pick.
Just make sure it doesn't have herpes. You're all good.
I have herpes on my teeth.
I'm getting to the point now where it's like technology's moving so fast. Like it seems like every day there's something new coming out that's just absolutely amazing. Like we got these credit cards, Colton, where you can take all your credit cards and put in one card.
I know all about it.
Yeah, you got one of those?
I don't have it yet because I have Apple Pay.
That
So it kind of bumped up against Apple Pay, but I
Gus hates
would
it.
like to check out.
we
those
all
credit
we all
cards.
hate it because it like only swipes like 80% of the places, which means
Apple Pay?
No, this coin card.
Oh,
So
really?
Yeah, for me it's 80%. Gus says he's like 5%.
Really?
But
So
either
the
way,
swipe's not working.
it's enough to where you got to carry your other cards
There it is.
anyway.
Yeah, that's the card right
yeah,
there.
I got one here. So we bashed on this thing enough on the thing, but it seems like every day, like there's something cool coming out, like these thermostats that you can connect over Wi-Fi.
Just
and all that stuff.
everything, man. Like I'm buying a house right now,
Yeah.
and I've like said this. Like I wouldn't have bought a house like this 15 years ago. Like if I was as old as I am now, but it was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I suck. Like I'm a piece of shit as far as like meeting people and documents and paperwork and all
Yep.
this crap, and just like 90% of it's online. It's just
just
like
on, like, Zwillo or
DocuSign
something?
and all that. What's up?
Oh, DocuSign.
Oh, just like
yeah.
when you actually
Yep.
get into it, like I looked
Yeah.
at the house and now it's like now you have to talk to the mortgage guy and the insurance person and
Yeah.
the homeowner's insurance and like all this kind of crap. And it's overwhelming now, but it's overwhelming in 2015. I'm just like, how did
Yeah.
people buy houses 20
I'm
years
a
ago?
jerk with any paperwork when I'm like on a shoot or something. They're
Most
like, all right,
people
here's
are.
your paperwork. I'm like, just email it to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can just do it on my phone and I'll send it back.
Click a button.
And
send out.
if I have to send a fax, like somebody gives me a document that is signed and faxed to them, it's like the worst thing in my week.
I
That
just
is
laugh
really
at somebody if they bring up fax.
Right,
machine.
you just don't
That's
even do
just
it?
crazy. Yeah,
Well, can't you just
talk about
scan it
fax
and
machine.
then email it to them?
I'm even worse, Barb. You know what I do?
What?
I say I scan this. I just take a picture of it with my phone. That's
Yeah.
all I do. And I
That
send
should
them
be
that.
good enough.
Well,
It
and there's,
totally
I
should
mean,
be
at
good
this
enough.
and there's
point,
an
yeah,
app
with your
that
phone.
that will create a PDF out of that picture.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called Cam Scanner, and you just take a picture of any document and it'll turn it into a PDF. So it's totally legit.
See, this kind
Right.
of stuff I'm talking
like
about.
that, and that reminded me of too. You can take a picture of your fucking check. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have a check, take a picture of
yeah.
it, and it's deposited.
Chase,
like
you
that's
could do that.
crazy. You can do that at a bunch of banks, like almost every bank at this point.
Oh, really?
And it's weird too, because like, I mean, I'm assuming at some point you might have kids, Michael. I mean, the world.
What are you trying to say?
Your kids are gonna.
You might have sex someday, Mike.
Very thorough, Michael.
It can happen. You're married.
Don't
Just
make
play-
assumptions.
Play your cards right. You never know.
Play your cards right, bro.
But it's weird to think about the world that your kids are going to grow up in. Like even my kids. I mean, they.
It's a little upsetting when I think about it.
Yeah.
I totally get my parents and their generation now. Like the things aren't the same at all, but I get it. Like, you little fucks, we didn't have this shit. Like, I'm already like that for my kids that aren't alive yet. Like, you little bitches. Like, I wasn't born with the internet. You don't even know.
Yeah, I don't have a cell
what
phone
about
chip
porn?
in my head.
Huh? What about like sexual expectations?
Oh well,
I think kids today are going to have some crazy ass They're gonna be out there, man.
Why do you think that?
Because they see everything, right? Like it all trickled down to me.
Yeah.
Like, I first just saw a naked lady on some pillows. That was like the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Well, when did you see porn for the first time?
Like a movie? Like a movie?
Like
Like a
actual
Playboy
moving
or
images
anything like that?
of penis
Oh,
into
like
vagina.
I was a teenager, but it was like 70s porn, which wasn't that crazy, and everybody was hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but now it's like you
But
can
then
just
they
go
stabilize
online
the
and be
footage.
like,
Just look like a dude in a suit.
Snowsuit.
yeah, man, yeah, now on you online, everybody's doing snowsuits.
I remember one of the first like pornographic things I ever saw, and it's like full on like nobody beyond this point is gonna find that, but shy of being like in the middle of nowhere. I found like woods porn.
Yeah.
Like magazines thrown away in the middle of the
We
woods.
talked about this on the
You
podcast.
know? And I'm
Isn't
like,
it
oh
forest
shit! And we
Yeah.
found like a bunch of magazines. Like that was I had seen porno and like little glimpses before, but I was probably like 13 or so, and it was the first thing I ever owned. I'm like, there's boobies in here, and it was just like a bunch of porno mags in the woods.
Yeah, man,
Like,
train tracks. That's
yeah,
where I found
yep.
I saw it on a channel on my television that we didn't have, but when you went to it late at night, there was that blurry.
Oh, the squiggly.
Like, oh,
Back in the
there's a
day, you
boob.
could totally see
Oh, there's
it.
a boob.
Yeah, you could decode that.
Your eyes have the technology.
I think I was, like,
I can
12
make
when that
this
happened,
work.
But it's so weird because it's like that porn mags end up in the middle of the woods. It's just something that everybody experienced, and like kids would find these like
You
they
know
were
what?
like mashed in the dirt, and they were all wet from
I think
being
we
rained
really
Yes,
need to
rain.
make
rained on.
we need to make like a concentrated effort. We should have like little groups just go out into the woods and just throw porno, like for the
gotta-
next generation.
Got to keep the culture alive.
You know, 'cause
The problem
I'm
is
not wandering
Kids don't
out
go in
there.
the woods anymore because kids don't go.
That's true. We'd have to just break
First, we
it.
have to throw porn in the woods. Then we have to throw kids in the woods.
Can we
Yeah.
make a website called Forest Porn and just like have a woods that people could walk into virtually and find porn?
That'd be a great
That'll probably
website.
be-
Like a virtual
That'll
game.
probably be the next
That's a
thing.
great porn site, Forest Porn.
Forest porn. Yeah.
Pornhub just needs like a section.
Put on
where
your-
it's just trail porn.
You could like make a character and walk through the woods and discover porn. And
Put
stuff.
on an Oculus. And it's like oh, I found it.
Yeah, you get a treasure chest.
A nipple.
but
just a single nipple.
I can say now that like when you go to a playground, like I go to a playground with my kids, there's as many adults at a playground as there are kids because everybody goes to the playground with their
That's so
kids.
crazy, right?
When I was a kid and I went to the playground, it was like there was no adults around.
There was those adults that got arrested for letting their kid walk home from the playground.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
craziness.
I had a moment yesterday. I went to Best Buy. I was actually getting a housewarming gift for you, Michael, because you were getting a new
thank
house.
you.
And this
Did you
little
get me Best Buy?
there was this little kid in front of you. What's that?
Did you get me Best Buy?
Gift certificate.
Like here you go. Here's
No,
the
no,
company.
gift certificate. I got you one of those. I got you a pedometer. So, trying to think of the worst thing you
what
could
else
buy
you
at
trying
Best
to
Got you
Buy.
a selfie stick, bro.
A hair
Yeah,
curler.
it's on the front row. It's an Iron Man phone case. It's like the worst things.
That would be
On the
awesome.
clearance
I would
rack.
use that. It's also it's a 5S too, so you can't actually use it.
But there was this little kid in front of me, and he was at the cash register, and he was way too young to be at the cash register by himself. And both me and the guy behind the counter were like, and he's like, the kid puts Big Hero 6 Blu-ray up on the counter. And the guy behind the counter goes, do you have any money or anything like that? And the kid pulls out $1 and just puts it there. And it's like locked eyes with the dude. He's like $1. And he
How
goes like
much
that.
was the DVD?
It was like $20. Oh, it was like $1. He's locked eyes. And like the guy behind the counter is super nice and everything. And then I saw his mom over there. She saw him and she was like actually embarrassed to come get him. I don't know why. I get the feeling later after talking about it, maybe she didn't speak English.
My
she
kid's
was-
doing
and she
something
was trying
silly.
to call him over.
I'm just gonna leave.
And it was to me it was such a funny moment, and I won't show it because it's a young kid. But I decided I took a picture of it, and then the parking lot I found the lady. I said this was just so funny. I go, do you want me to send you this picture? And I sent her the picture, but it was like that was like a risk, It's like a grown man taking a photo of a kid.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, that.
I'm sure even you saying that right
but
now.
it was a moment, Like, I mean,
It was
you're
so
in your
funny.
defense. But Best Buy guy didn't just give him the DVD.
no, you didn't have that power, man.
I totally would have.
I would have. I would feel like he just had to pull it. If that's too cute, because at least the kids understand how, commercialism works,
Right.
capitalism works.
He waited in the line too. Like,
Waited in line.
yeah.
But I could
He's
see-
like, I know it. I got my $1.
Yep.
I could see people being really cautious about a grown man taking a picture of a kid. Like that to me is, people have become so sensitive about that kind of subject matter.
I gotta tell you, it really
Speaking of that,
sucks
you
too.
guys like Subway? Love
Oh my God,
Subway
yeah.
sandwiches.
Oh, God.
man.
what are we talking about?
Did you hear about Jared from Subway?
No, what happened?
The FBI raided his house
Child porn.
for like a suspect of child porn on his computer.
Suspect.
Yeah,
So
but they
let's
be clear. Raided his house.
He
Yes.
hasn't been charged or found guilty with anything. That's
correct.
No,
it's
he has not been charged.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign when the FBI raids your house, though.
No, it's
I
just
will
the
say that.
guy that he ran his Jared Foundation with was recently arrested and charged because they found evidence, and then he tried to kill himself, and now he's on life support, I believe.
Yikes.
So.
I was gonna make a joke about eating fresh, but
Okay.
No, you still can.
I just want to point out
Bernie's face.
my story, nothing like that at all. My story was just a regular story.
Funny you mentioned a little kid, Bernie.
You really one up my makeup comment to Michael.
I saw you with a Subway sandwich earlier today.
Oh, that's a cute story, Bernie. Anyway, let me tell you about pedophilia for a little bit. But it is
$5 5-inch.
I gotta say, I think it's unfortunate.
No.
I think it's unfortunate.
Well, we don't know.
that
If it's a long. It's
I feel like we've cut off a whole generation of
Jared's
kids, though, from like half of the population.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened where men became like this public enemy for kids. Like that, if a kid is alone with a male adult, that's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah, and it's like there's just as many dads as there are moms in the world, and it's for some reason if a kid is alone with a dad, it's seen as like, oh, maybe we should check on the situation.
Yeah,
make sure everything's
like
okay.
make sure everything's okay. Right? Did you ever hear about the Qantas flight where they moved a guy? Because they moved a guy, and he kept asking, "Why are you changing my seat? Why are you changing my seat?" And finally, he got out of him that Qantas's policy is if there's an unaccompanied minor, they're not allowed to sit next to an adult male on the plane. And there was an unaccompanied, you know, the kids with the like flying by themselves, they got the ticket around their neck,
Right,
that
sure.
thing. And there was a kid in his row, and he wasn't allowed to sit there, so they moved him. And then everybody on the fucking plane is looking at him like something's wrong with him.
Yeah, like he did something.
And this dude just happens that he works with kids for a living. That's what he does. And it's just like, and he's
That's
like,
a little suspicious.
see, there you go, right?
Working with kids?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, just
What
this
does
even a
that
statement.
mean?
And actually, the more high-profile cases you hear about, like you hear about teachers banging students and stuff like that, it's usually like these women in Florida. That's
Here's,
what it seems
here's
like I
what
always
we
see.
need, and this is the problem. Women need to molest more children, and we'll get it back
We're there, brother.
like
go.
equivalent, and then it'll be like, don't be trusted around that man or woman.
It probably happens.
Then we
just
just
as
get rid of
much.
kids.
It probably happens just as much. It's just
Yeah,
not
women are
reported.
just better at hiding it.
Or the you know.
I just think the
student
whole
is better.
the whole idea like stranger danger and everything like that has just been like amped way the
so
fuck up.
ridiculous.
It's just been amped way up. That's the whole premise of that movie, No Country for Old Men, is that it's set in the 80s or the late 70s. And you think like the world gets worse as you get older, but it's just you get older. The world's always like a rough place, and it's just you just don't realize it. That's why they call it No Country for Old Men.
Well, and that was the that show, America's Most Wanted. You know, remember he had the host of that?
Yeah, his son was murdered.
Yeah, dude, and he like
It was Adam.
yeah,
I remember when that happened.
he pushed that a lot, but I mean, it was a horrifying story.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
cut his
he was
kid's head off and
decapitated.
everything,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they found like his remains and all that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I watched that when I was like 7.
But I
That
went
explains a
everywhere when
lot.
I was a kid. I was the only child with a single parent, so I went everywhere by myself. I never had any problems going anywhere.
I was
Maybe
kind of
I
that
just
way.
wasn't cute enough.
I was kind of that way just in the sense that I was the third child, but there was such a gap. Like my brothers are 6 and 9 years older than me. So when I was born, it was, you know, I was born in 1987. My parents were just like, I don't fucking. Like my oldest brother was like, you can't go out. You like 10, 12 years old, can't go around the block. Like unless I walk you there, I'll drop you off. You know, like you're going to get got. They're going to get you.
You're gonna get
Me, I was like 7. And they're like, be back by 10.
Yeah.
They were like, our first 2 kids are alive, so you'll probably be
That's
fine.
weird. It's the complete
That's
opposite.
basically how it worked with me. Like my upbringing compared to my brother's, totally different with
Yeah.
my parents.
It's
We got
Completely
breakfast,
different.
and then it was like, poon, out of the house.
Right, they had that. When
Come
you got
back
kicked
when the
out,
streetlights are on.
lock the door. Like
Yeah.
you are not allowed in the house on the weekend. Fuck off. I was just like, I'll be in my room. They're like, that's fine. Just don't bother us.
It was the opposite with my family. Like me and my brothers, my parents didn't care. They're like, go out, play, whatever. But then my younger brother was born, and they're like babying him.
Maybe
to
see
the
you,
extent.
your younger brother, because he's younger than you. He's dipping back into the what Bernie was saying is like everybody's just freaking out nowadays. I hit that sweet spot of like no one gave a shit. Now everyone's getting.
It's
super
all individual
protected.
You
too.
were in Jersey.
Yeah, it's
That
all individual.
also is true.
It was also like, I mean, back then
They gave me a knife when they sent me out.
people would drop you off at. I got dropped off at Little League games. I'd play Little League. You know, one of my parents would come, and it was like, or I'd get dropped off at practice. My kids were in Little League. I'm guilty of it too. Every fucking parent was there for the entire practice. You know what I mean? It's just like,
For the whole practice.
yeah, for practice, man. Not even the games,
I
but
mean,
like
that
for
just
practice.
seems like it is not appropriate just time management.
Right. Yep.
You know, you could be doing something better at that point. That's the whole reason that you put your kids into extracurricular activities
To get that
so
independence
you
and
could go do
everything.
your own
Get them
thing
the
for a
fuck
little
out of
bit.
the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Same with like kids' parties. It's like a birthday party. There should be two parents. That's
all
it.
you
You
need.
know, and then the rest
Two
are just
parents
kids.
smoking a joint in the kitchen, and the kids are playing.
But look at this. This is I'm gonna see if I can hold this up. You can see
The
it.
picture of a joint?
No, this is an article on CNN. The headline, if you can see it, it
Should
says,
male passengers be allowed to sit next to accompanied children? Question mark.
No.
"Yeah."
Oh, CNN is so stupid.
CNN is just asking that question. Should
This is
male
about the
passengers
story.
be
Thanks,
allowed?
CNN, for asking
It was
that
about. It
dumb
was when the
question.
Quantum.
We're just
thing happened.
wondering.
Yeah.
We're just
We're
wondering.
just saying.
That's just crazy.
Are all
implying
men
anything.
predators?
Hey, Patrick.
don't know.
I'm bad at
The
ad
answer
read.
is
You good
yes.
at ad
Are
read?
predators.
You,
We good? Okay. Want to say thanks to you big books on tape person.
I just downloaded it because I was hanging out with the Funhouse guys, and they did a promo for Audible, and I was about to get on the plane, so I downloaded the app, and yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah, I just bought Game of Thrones. Lindsay put the whole series on her wedding registry. We have it. I'll
Yeah.
never read it. I'm never
actual
gonna read that.
physical book?
Yeah, we own them all at home. But
Are
it's
you
just
up to date on the show?
I just don't have. Yeah, I'm up to date on the show. It's just like I don't have the time to read that. And
The
it's just
books
like,
in
I'm
the
not
show
gonna.
are now like dead even, pretty much.
Yeah.
Aren't there now things that are surpassing the books? in
There's
the show?
a couple things, but then there's stuff in the books that just have never been touched on in
They
the
haven't
show.
done it yet.
Right.
There's a couple characters,
Right,
in
or
the,
just skipped it
they just,
altogether.
there's a big
Yeah.
character in the book they just skipped outright.
Yeah, I assume I know who you're talking
Do you
about.
Okay.
watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
fan.
yeah, I like that show.
I liked it.
We did a really. I thought we did a really funny short for Audible, which is we did an audiobook version of Where's Waldo.
I saw that.
And it's just the dude
Yeah,
reading
I
off all the
watched
stuff.
it.
These two were in it. You guys
Yeah,
were great
man,
in
it's
that.
really funny.
Sure were.
And I love the guy who's doing the voice.
Good
And,
impressions.
yeah,
in
it's
there, too.
very, very funny. You know, speaking of that, so I was coming down here, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch a bunch of RT videos, and so I went onto YouTube, had it on my TV, and just clicked the segment that said RT Originals, and it's like 160 videos.
Yeah.
And I spent all day. So it started at the beginning. So like Bernie's like this fat dude stealing people's sandwiches. That's like every video for like the first 20 videos.
It was
And
just
then-
a way to get free sandwiches. Honestly, that's all that was. That's all.
But
it
then it
was.
starts branching out. So it's great. It's great to see all of a sudden you show up at one point. I'm like, oh shit, there he is. And you guys move from place to place. But yeah, 160 videos I watched.
Wow.
Wow, that's
2
crazy.
days
I
ago.
didn't realize we made that many.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think there's probably even more than that. That was just in like the RT Originals, the RT Shorts.
My dad talks about severance snackage almost every day.
which one is that?
That's the
One
one
where you're gonna fire.
wanna
this-
fire
I try to
somebody.
fire against
Brandon.
their sandwich.
Brandon.
And you do like all these bits where you're like, I gotta fire because before one more bite, and you're like, keep looking out the window.
Yeah.
All panicky.
Yeah,
Apparently,
you're
like-
very panicky.
I would
trying to
actually-
steal a
I'd-
sandwich.
I'd love-
I would love to know how many sandwiches are in. If you guys, somebody out there can just count how many sandwiches show up in Rooster Teeth videos, I'd love to know that number because it is a ridiculous amount of sandwiches.
Well, for those of you who wouldn't be aware, and if you're listening to the podcast, I'm sure you are, Colton is one of the lead principal cast for Laser Team.
That's right.
Plays Herman in Laser Team.
Laser what?
Laser Team, our feature film, which comes out later this year. And
That's coming out?
It's coming out.
We're actually doing it.
That's what I hear.
The whole time we kept filming it, I'm like, this is never coming out.
Yeah, we
This
just
is never
pocketed
coming
all that
out.
money.
It's coming? Damn.
It's gonna be the
You got money? What?
spiritual
What?
successor to Harry and the Hendersons. Is what it is. But there was a couple scenes where we had to eat. And there was one scene in particular, Cole, where you and I had to eat a cheeseburger. And,
Oh my God.
and you were
man.
very professional, which sounds weird to say it this way, but you were professional. You had a spit cup where you would take some bites of the cheeseburger.
That's
And
right.
in between takes, you would spit it out. I was like, free cheeseburger?
Ruining the illusion.
I think I gained like 5 pounds in that scene.
And what was hard about that scene, though, because I didn't use the spit cup at first because we were also actually hungry when we started shooting it. So you take a bite out of this burger, and they were really good burgers. It tastes so good, but by the 8th take, the burger tastes horrible. It tastes the worst, and your body's telling you not to eat any more burger. But I had to eat the burgers. I had to eat corn dogs. I had to squirt easy cheese in
Is
my
this
mouth.
all-
Oh, right,
God,
right.
Yeah, the easy
And I
cheese.
hadn't eaten easy cheese before. So I didn't know.
Never?
I didn't know what to expect.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
You
it
mean
was,
easy plastic.
Yep.
Easy yellow plastic.
It was very salty, surprisingly salty.
I think it's just colored salt. That's what it is.
It's one
And a
guy
little
just
bit
there
of gel to
painting the
hold it together.
granules.
Yeah.
It's like when you don't ever read. You know, they put that nutritional information on the side of Easy Cheese, knowing that no one's ever going to bother to read that.
Oh, no.
But
Let
it's
me
like,
just double check. Okay, I'm good.
I'm working from memory here, but it's like 1,000% of your daily intake of sodium per serving. Pretty sure. It might be off a little bit, my numbers.
That's a
But,
lot of soaps.
I had a scene where I had to eat a chili dog, and I was super excited about that day. I got out easy that day in general because that was the coldest night of the shoot was the next night, and it was an outside shoot. You were there for that, Barb.
Yeah.
And-
I came to visit the set a couple times.
And then the night before that was not nearly as cold, and I had to sit in a lawn chair and I'd eat chili dogs. I went through 8 chili cheese dogs in the course of like
You ate them all?
45 minutes.
You finished
Jesus,
them all?
man.
I was even,
I wouldn't believe it. You look great now, but believe it. So seeing you those first RT videos, man, I believe it. This guy's eating 8
it was
chili
even like
dogs
the prop
all
guy.
day long.
The prop guy would come back and he goes like, "Here, do you want to hand that off?" I'm like, I'll get a little bit left.
You would eat it even when you weren't shooting? Yeah. Oh, man.
God, you were doing that with the burgers too, like because you were eating the same scene you were talking about with Colton, and they were like huge. You know,
They
either
were
they were
big
like
burgers.
bacon cheeseburgers or like double cheeseburgers. And I think for the shot, you maybe bit it once or twice, which would be like a quarter of the burger. But even you telling me that night, you were like, yeah, the prop guy did the math, and like just based on quarter of burgers, I think I had 5 double cheesburgers tonight.
I think
you had 4 or 5.
I asked Marcus to come over and
because
tell
you
us.
just kept doing it, like you just kept fucking eating it.
And I regretted it later. Like later that night, that was a long night too. It was like that was like
That
the
night
first two
was
shots. I was like,
so long.
I was like, "Bleh."
Was that the same night that Gavin was sick?
What?
It was around the same time because it was the same.
Yeah, it was
that
the same
it was that
time. Same
location,
location.
where he was sick and he kept like trying not to shit himself.
Yeah, he had to stick all the toilet paper in his
Yeah,
butt, so he
I have a
couldn't
photo of
shit
that.
himself. That was the most ridiculous thing I
There's
ever
a
heard
shot of
somebody do,
him.
that he plugged his butthole up.
I don't even think he got a
with toilet paper.
cheeseburger. I don't think that was even part of it.
No,
wasn't in
no,
that
I
scene.
didn't do it. He was
Because
just
he had
sick.
the,
Oh, he's got a
I don't want to
helmet.
ruin it for the
Right.
movie, but yeah, there's a reason he can't eat his cheeseburger.
But I
And
would
it
be
has
curious.
nothing to do with his butt.
I don't want to know in front of an audience like this, but I would be
Everybody
curious to sit down with you and talk to you about the shorts because, Colton, you're also one of the writers for Key and Peele.
Yes.
I don't know how many people who are even familiar that you're in Laser Team know that you're on the writing team. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is not live, right?
No.
But at the time we're recording this, it's going to have our season 5 final season Key and Peele premieres tonight.
Oh, it's
Oh,
final
wow.
season, huh?
Wow.
Wow, congratulations!
So instead of being there for the premiere, you're here with us.
Instead of being in Los Angeles at a premiere party in Hollywood, California,
For your final season.
hanging out in Austin, Texas, eating Rudy's, and I'm fine with it.
I think that's a good trade-off.
Yeah, Colton's actually in town for a couple different things, but one of the things he's in town for is we're doing ADR, which I should know what that stands for, but I don't know.
I don't
Anybody
either.
know?
Audio.
I know what it is. I don't even know.
I
What
Something
it
guess
is.
that
record?
it's audio direct recording
Yeah.
would be my guess.
Audio
Yeah.
direct. I would say like after.
Let's look
After
it up.
dumb
Look it up
movie
online.
recording?
I've only heard it as referred to as ADR, and I've never.
But
Yeah.
occasionally we get lines like, especially in some action sequences that we have, where somebody's dialogue doesn't get picked up perfectly, and so you just go back and you sit there and watch the movie, and then you do your ADR. It's one of the last stages of the movie is doing ADR stuff. And Michael, we got to see some stuff today that was like it was a blast to see that. Like I saw for the first time, I saw finished visual effects in some scenes.
I'm really excited. I haven't seen any of the movie.
Really,
Not a single scene.
we've done a couple test screens,
Yeah.
test screenings so far. Like there's some people out there that have seen it.
I'm
you
just
know.
kind of waiting for it to be final. Like
Final,
I have
final?
a habit of looking at stuff before it's finished,
Yeah.
and then it's not as cool when it's out. So with Laser Team, I just want to see it when it's done.
Yeah. Well, you were there for set for some stuff.
I was on some of the coldest nights.
Yeah.
Possible in the least amount of clothes.
What is it?
Yeah,
Possible.
well, only internet slang came up for ADR, and it means all due respect.
That's it.
I've never heard
We need
anybody.
to come in for all due respect.
respect.
Yeah, I just had to do some all due.
Automatic.
Automatic
Automatic?
automatic dialogue replacement.
Automatic.
Wow, I thought the word audio would be in there for sure.
I bet the tech who's working on that is kind of pissed by that term. It's
Yeah.
like, fucking automatic my ass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Gotta sit here and record this
I've been,
shit.
I've been working till midnight. For
Not a
fucking
robot.
5 weeks. Like now we're making fun of the guy.
Don't worry, Clayton. It's automatic.
So final season of Key and Peele, huh?
It's the final season of Key and Peele. I mean, you never know what'll happen in the future, but right now it's our final season, and
Bless you.
Somebody's sneezing in the background.
And yeah, man, we're super excited. We got some fun stuff coming out. We've already put out a few of the sketches. A musical called Negro Town that I wrote with a couple people is on YouTube. People can look at it, and that'll be airing. There's a great sketch that I wrote about a guy who he's hanging out with his girlfriend, and as soon as she asks him to help her move, he breaks up with her. I don't know why I think it's the funniest sketch, but it's like my favorite sketch. And so I'm so happy that made it into the show this season.
What's that process like? I mean, do you go in into a room and pitch ideas? How many people are on the writing team?
We have for this final season. Let's see, we had me, Phil Augusta Jackson, Becky Drysdale, Charlie Sanders, Alex Rubin, and Rich Talrico, and then Jordan and Keegan also write, and then our showrunners. Jay Martell and Ian Roberts also do some writing. So about 10 people in the room, but as far as writers, it's about 6 of us. And the way we do our show, which is pretty similar how most sketch shows work, but we'll meet at the beginning of the day at like 10 in the morning in a big room, and we have what we call dookie sessions, where we float dookies. So you say an idea for a sketch, and that's your dookie, and you see if it floats, and it might be a big dookie, it might be a big idea, it might be a little dookie, but you float it out.
Interesting.
It's like poop.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a poop.
Yeah.
I know deuce and like.
Oh,
Dookie, man. No, Dookie's
I've
poo-poo.
never heard dookie
That's some poo-poo.
before.
Oh.
She grew up in Canada. So
Okay,
it's
that
tough.
makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
that's my excuse for everything.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing with
Comes
dookie
out like ice
is that
cubes up
in
there.
Gummy Bears, the villain's sidekick always called him Dookie.
Really?
And it always would make me laugh because I was like, he's calling him poop. But yeah, so we do that, and we sort of pitch ideas out to each other and kind of bounce them back and forth. First couple seasons, I lived really close to where we were working, so I would walk or sometimes just take the bus just straight down Sunset Boulevard to work.
That's the best.
And it was great,
Being
but
able to
what was
walk.
really great about it is a lot of the characters from season 1 of Key and Peele are just people who were on the bus with me.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that during Laser Team.
Yeah. So a lot of those characters. The one character that never made it on because we didn't want to like be too mean, and this would have been a fat joke kind of thing. But one time I was on the bus. So this would be an example of like a dookie. I'd be telling this story. So yeah, I was on the bus, and there was this really big fat black woman sitting next to a very skinny Asian man. And they're in a conversation. When I sit down, this is the part of the conversation I heard. Well, if they're going to call it a Dorito, it should taste like a Dorito. She was talking about the
Taco
new
Bell.
Dorito tacos.
Yeah.
She talking
Went
to the
right
Asian
there.
guy?
She was talking to the Asian guy, and he was just like nodding. And agreeing. Yeah. I was like, that's so funny, man. How do we make that into a sketch? But we didn't want to make fun of fat people, so whatever. But and you can't just start making fun of Doritos Taco Locos because they're,
Pretty good.
They're
well,
they're a
I
good
don't know.
sponsor
I've
for
never had one.
Comedy
But,
Central.
The day they came out,
there's
you
probably-
took me to get one.
You can't just bring up products and just make fun of them on your show.
Yeah,
I'm
we do it occasionally.
sure
Like
you guys
coin.
could probably pull it off.
Yeah, well, it's like we're not so high profile as some that's on Comedy Central, but you guys, as popular as you are on Comedy Central, you guys also have like huge web hits. Like the substitute teacher one is like I saw the other day. It was like I think it was like 85 million
Yeah,
views.
close to 85 million. They're writing a movie based off that character right now.
Oh, wow.
Were you the
yeah.
basis for the Liam Neeson sketch?
Yeah. Yeah, the Liam Neeson sketch is based off of me coming into work after watching The Gray and talk about
So
how
it's a-
awesome I thought Liam Neeson's was and that.
The Grey's a fantastic movie. Not to sidetrack
great.
you from your story, but it's such
You're
a good
right,
movie.
Still haven't
great.
seen it.
Such a good movie. So
so
it's a
good.
dude's movie. Total guy movie.
I liked it.
Did you like it?
Would I be able
We
to
like dudes.
sit next to a small
sure.
child while I watch it? Or
No, you'll be escorted
to be
out of the
moved.
theater.
Okay.
But you came in after seeing The Grey and you were talking about Liam Neeson in the
I was
office.
talking about how great he was and that he, how he never get a statue. Why didn't, they ever give him a statue?
Did you say he was the greatest?
No, stop it. You know that.
no.
He's a writer.
We didn't do that. But yeah, that worked out. And then I actually met Liam Neeson's.
Did you
Liam
really?
Neeson. I
Why do
met
you
him.
keep pluralizing
I
his
know,
name?
I'm sorry, this is how I say his name. But then I met him because we did a promo video for what was the movie? It wasn't that great, but it was the one where he's in the airplane
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
nonstop.
Yep.
And so they asked us to do a sketch for that. like to promote.
Based
that
on the
movie.
popular of the Liam Neeson
Based off
sketch.
that, so the two valets, they're talking about this new movie Non-Stops with Liam Neeson's, and it's going to be so great. And then Liam Neeson's comes out and like walks out to get his car, and they're like, "Oh, it's Liam Neeson's," and they freak out, and then they explode. But it was great. I got to meet him.
Key and Peele was around the office was just an absolute favorite show. Like, I mean, people sharing clips, stuff like that. We were, huge fan. I'm actually sorry to hear it's in its final season, but I'm sure, everybody's moving on to other stuff.
Oh yeah,
now.
they got a couple movies that they're working on, so there'll be stuff, and you never know. We all may come back.
Did you work on the sketch where it's the alien invasion, and they're trying to determine who's an alien, who's not?
I have worked. I don't know which one.
It's the one where it's
the one where they're like running around and they're shooting people.
With the racial.
But I remember that was the Duke. I believe that's Phil Augusta Jackson and or Alex Rubens. That's a great sketch. That's a fun sketch. And my girlfriend at the time actually got upset with me because there's a white girl in it who talks about liking Tyler Perry a lot.
Yeah.
And my ex-girlfriend was a white girl who liked Tyler Perry a lot. And so she was like, "Did you put that in?" I was like, "No, I didn't even write that sketch. I have no idea where they came
I'm
up
sure
with that
plenty of
idea."
white girls like Tyler Perry.
Yeah, that's what I
you.
said to her. I was like, "Plenty of white girls like Tyler Perry. Let's break up."
Also, I'm not going to help you move, just so you
I'm
know.
not helping you move.
Yeah, you made a really funny tweet one time. I absolutely identified with it, which is like his ex-girlfriend's a comedian, too, a stand-up comedian. And he's like, "Look, if you go to one of my ex-girlfriend's shows and she's doing material about me, which I know she is now, don't fucking share it with me. I don't want to hear about it."
Somebody did. Somebody like texted me like,
How do you know it was about you, though? Did she say your name?
she was about me.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It was like, the joke was like, "I'm just got through a breakup and here's why it didn't work out," and
Maybe Tyler Perry's single now.
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Yeah, I'm sure. She doesn't have a big enough dick for Tyler Perry.
No, we can't talk about products, but famous filmmakers, totally fine to discuss. But dude, I totally relate with you on that. It's like one of the tough things about, especially dating people who are in the industry and who have an audience. It's like when that's over, you got to like step away from it.
Oh, yeah,
And so you see people that I've seen people that have broken up and continue to work together, and I have a lot of respect for those people.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
tough
that's
scenario.
cool. They could do that. I'm not interested in it, but that's cool for them.
You're like, just don't share the information with me.
I just don't want to know, but it's also, I also am like, that's what stand-ups do, like she's been, she was a stand-up long before we were dating. So, she's going to, that's stand-ups have to use their personal life to get material. And I'm sure there's stuff in some of my writing that's going to be based off of, our relationship.
Sure, that's totally
This is
understandable.
great. How did
people
we get
can
onto
tweet
this
her.
conversation?
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Tell us more,
Yeah,
Colton.
let's-
What
let's
went
talk
wrong
about
exactly?
These always turn into therapy sessions, Colton. So just tell us how you feel about
That's
it.
why we
Just-
brought you here today.
Just pull the recliner.
I'm very happy. I have I moved to a new house. I'm renting a new house in Burbank, California.
Burbank, huh?
Yeah, and it's
Pretty far north?
roommates. I've always lived with roommates, and so
Isn't it the best living
yeah,
alone?
man, it's kind of great. Turning a new page in my life. I got my own house, just me and my dogs. And
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, I remember you. How's your thumb?
I was just going to say that. Was it your thumb
it's
or
not
your
my
fingers?
thumb.
Your
It's
finger.
this finger
Finger,
right here.
finger, yeah, sorry.
And this is going to be a fun fact that'll be on the Laser Team trivia. That I was crippled while making Laser Team. So you see my hand right
Andrew,
here?
don't look.
Okay, so look at this. Okay, so now normally people can do that. That's my hand working correctly, right? But then this. Oh, it's not creepy. It just won't. It just doesn't close.
It's a little weird.
So I got a little
It's a little
creepy.
weird.
got a
I think
little
it's pretty
creepy weird
legit.
Finger, so I can't close it. I could push it in and then try to close it.
So what did you do? Did you
It's
fall
pretty
on
bizarre how it happened,
well, what
too.
happened is there's two tendons that run along the top and the bottom of your
I
finger.
can't even do it. There we go. I got it. That's it. I can do it too.
Wait, what?
It looks like I'm throwing the world's lamest gang sign.
Yeah, it's a horrible gang.
We're the,
Hey, man,
we're the East Side
know,
Ringers.
you down with the sad fingers? But yeah,
Yo, what's up? What's
basically
up?
Basically, one of my tendons, the tendon that closes it this way. When I broke my finger, it tore off. And I just put it in a sling because I thought it was just broken. But because I didn't have them do an MRI, the tendon just kind of shrinks up, and now the tendon's just stuck in here, and so I can't like they can't fix it, they can't reattach it. It's not even. Is it that gross?
I'm just like really. I'm a little grossed out by stuff, but I'm laughing at Andrew, who's sitting over there, who's like the biggest pussy when it comes.
He's
to
like the
animals.
biggest like
give him the mic,
bones
Andrew.
and breaks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, come over here. Let's talk about my finger. And so
Yeah,
the
right.
tendon is down here, and it's like stuck. And so that's also why my finger has a slight bend.
It also looks a bit like
And it-
swollen at the bottom.
And it didn't happen
Well,
because
yeah,
of
that's
Laser
the
Team.
thing. It didn't happen. It didn't happen on Laser Team per se.
Right.
The break did not happen. The break happened when my dog freaked out at the dog park and spun around, and my finger got caught in the.
Like you tried to grab the dog, right? It was another dog.
Yeah, there's somebody else's dog was acting crazy, so I tried to grab my dog to get him away, and my dog was like, "I don't want to go away," and he like spun around, twisted my finger, and then when we were shooting, I slammed it into the wall, and that didn't help either.
I was there.
And yeah, I mean, the only way it could be fixed, it would have been able to be fixed and be normal, is if I would have gotten surgery 2 days, 3 days after the injury, and I wouldn't have been able to do that, even if I knew that was the problem,
Yeah.
because we were shooting the movie.
Then just
No,
made it
that's
worse.
crazy.
So I took one for the team.
Hey, Andy. How are you doing?
Hello.
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good up until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
What's going on?
You can't handle it?
No, it's one of my phobias. It's pretty fucking gross.
Oh no, it's gross.
What's your
This is my
phobia?
life.
No, I mean
Really
he'll
specific phobia. What's
What
your
was
phobia?
gross?
he'll
about
he'll
it?
I'll
pass,
pass
out from this.
I've done it before.
From what?
If you hear about
Broken bones,
yeah.
tendons, any.
No
Oh,
shit,
okay.
really?
Well,
Inside
you want to hear
yeah.
how they can fix it?
Yeah, tell him.
So the way that they can
But
fix
keep the
it
shot
is-
on Andrew.
Yeah, the way
Give
they
him a
can
pillow.
fix it. Hold up.
Oh, he's gonna show you. Oh yeah, go over there.
He
He
actually- I
might
feel
pass
so
out,
bad
like
now.
100% serious.
The way they can fix it is they have to like do an incision right here, and then pull the tendon out and just cut it off. And so it'll be outside of there, and the rest of my tendon is going to slowly over time just go suck back up
yeah?
into my arm.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
So what's the warning sign with Andrew? Is the warning sign if his face gets redder or less red?
It's white.
It gets white. No, white.
Yeah.
White. He'll get
Really?
sweaty. He'll start like
He's
going.
getting red.
He'll start to see what he's doing. What I'm doing right here with his shirt. See how he keeps
He
pulling his
starts
collar.
doing like
He'll still do this.
like an old
He'll
stand-up,
pull his collar like.
no
Ooh.
respect.
Oh,
Andrew
he's
is
a Rodney
starting-
Dangerfield.
You're starting your internship today, right?
Monday.
Monday. I'm just here for vacay for 3
The
days.
fuck you here for then? Why are you at the office? What kind of a vacation is
He's
this?
chilling.
Flights are cheaper on
His
Wednesdays.
life sucks. This is a vacation for him.
This is-
his vacation is start work early.
Exactly.
This guy, Colton. This is the reason why Michael can't come to Comic-Con to promote Laser Team with us. Is he's here because of Andy?
I never said that.
He said
mean,
that.
I did.
You don't need to say it. Michael said it.
To say, we'll talk to you when we want to talk to you. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah, we'll loop you in.
But no, what were you watching, Andrew? You were watching some show. I think it was like a Tosh.0 or something like that, and you passed out.
First of all,
on
what,
the couch.
why were you
Oh,
watching?
He's a lunatic.
You're on the internet.
Yeah,
why
you
would you
can't
watch?
watch-
It was
Why
from
not?
like
Just
4
tell
years
the
ago.
story.
It's
It
been
was
on for a
years
while.
ago.
It was like season 2. This girl was jumping on the trampoline and like her leg snaps.
Oh,
And I was yeah, see?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
too
that
bad.
crazy. It's pretty fucking gross.
what broke her thigh?
I don't know, it's just like a bone
Have you
in her
seen
leg.
have you
broke.
seen the arm wrestling
Andrew, do you
ones?
know the difference between the thigh and the rest of the leg? Because that's
Well,
what I'm getting.
explain the scenario. What
I think
happened?
It's a tibia. Is
Yeah,
that
there
it?
you
It was
go.
her tibia?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, one of her cat
So,
bones.
like, walk us through your experience of you passing out. What happened? Like, you saw it, you knew it was gonna happen, or
I
what?
was sitting down at home, so it wasn't that bad. I passed out in the chair and I woke up like, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds later. It wasn't that bad. But every single time I passed out, I always like dream about serial characters, like cartoon serial characters, like from like the Trix Rabbit or Lucky Charms. guy.
Weird.
I don't know, yeah.
Like breakfast cereal characters.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
But in middle
What?
school,
That's
Shut up.
weird, dude.
In middle
You
school-
shut up.
Bernie, shut up. Shut up.
Dude, hold on, man.
Fucking lot of balls for an intern that hasn't started yet.
Little respect.
So-
How about that?
in middle school, we were watching this movie. It was in health class, and it was about like how to fix a broken spine, like in the 60s. Like he was like, it was I don't know. It was like he was like
Kids.
spread out, whatever. So I knew I was gonna pass out because I had passed out 2 months ago, in health class. I'm just keeping them on their toes. I want to make sure they know what they're doing. So I passed out in health class the first time in September. It was like the second week of school. Passed out, fell back in my chair. Shot back up, almost headbutted the teacher, but she got out of the way in time. I had to go to the hospital.
Because you hit your head? When
Yeah,
you fell
I
down?
hit my head back. Yeah, and then I had to go to the hospital.
Have you ever gotten caught in like a weird loop where it's like you pass out because of something gross, but then you break something and you wake up and see it and then pass out?
I have never broken a bone.
You
and
do it
it
206
is an
times.
absolute fear of mine if I ever break a bone because I don't know. It's either gonna cure me of it or I'm just gonna die.
It'll cure you of it.
That's what he keeps saying. He's like,
you won't die.
no, I mean, a die of like he'll
Sleep.
break his bone and there's like he can't live with his life because of his broken bone, and he'll
get more
just
powerful,
die.
though,
Like
when you
that's
break your
just his
bones will be stronger.
analogy.
But
there.
it is also like it's not just hearing or seeing broken bones. It's also if someone's in like an arm sling.
Oh yeah, like if I see somebody recovering from a broken bone, yeah, that's just as gross to me.
Man,
Like a
that's
sling.
crazy.
someone
Dude,
someone
all
with like
right, now
a
that's
someone
crazy.
with
So
like
do
a
you watch
crutch.
Game
Actually
of
seeing
Thrones?
somebody with a broken, like seeing a woman's leg break, everybody is like
That's
put off
gross.
by that.
Yeah.
But just seeing somebody in a sling,
Can't do it.
you got it. You
It's
need to.
sympathy
You
for
need
me.
to
You
don't
talk
know
to a
how I
therapist.
operate.
Not only
I
that,
don't know what Cocoa Krispies did to you, but you got to figure it out.
Fucking Lucky Charms.
not only that, but he can't deal with the sound effects of it. Like he doesn't like the word snap
Nope.
or crack.
Well, I
like
mean,
he
if
will,
it's in
he will get
context
there
of-
from that.
Insane.
Yeah,
What about
snap,
something
bro.
like
That's
he's
what it
a
is.
loser.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, it all ties together.
That's what it
Is that? Do you ever dream about that when you wake up from?
No,
this,
never the Rice Krispies guys. Always Trix Rabbit or Lucky Charms.
Huh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, they were
Very
fun.
Or the Lucky Charm.
Very
Lucky Charms.
specific.
The leprechaun?
Yeah,
I
that's
dream
it.
about the red balloon.
No, the actual cereal
Andrew,
dances around
and
him.
Andrew, I'm gonna let you know something here. Your health class that day,
Yeah.
there is no thing on the syllabus for fixing people who have a broken spine. I've never been taught that in first aid. Have you ever been taught that? What they were training the kids on that day was how to revive someone who's passed out.
Yeah.
So they said, let's just show the fucking broken spine video to Andy.
Well-
let him pass out. we'll show the kids what to do. That's exactly what happened
A
that
bunch
day.
of 12-year-olds like, listen, kid, if you see someone with a broken spine, do
spine,
this.
When you
Like,
start to fall, just clear out.
That was the second time I passed out was this broken spine video, and I knew it was coming. So I excused myself, walked to the bathroom, get some cold water on my face. I passed out and I hit my head on the urinal. I woke up in a
Pee-pee in
pool
your
of my
head.
own blood. And I just was in such a daze. I walked back to class, sat back in my seat with blood pouring on my head, and I was like, I had an accident. And then that was all I remembered. And then I passed out again, and then I called the ambulance, and then I
It's
got
just 'cause
rushed
you
away.
couldn't
And
stop
I got
thinking about
13
it?
stitches on my forehead.
If I cut
man.
myself on like
sorry.
a knife, I wash my hands for 20 minutes. If I cut myself on a urinal,
Oh, dude, I've
I don't know.
I don't know what I
put a
would do.
bubble around my head.
Cover yourself in acid.
I don't know if it was like another production going on, but at the end of that story, Andrew goes, and I got 13 stitches. And then I just heard someone laughing
Yeah,
in the
someone
distance.
just laughing.
Just now someone going,
Yay!
13 stitches. I have a scar on my forehead, which I don't think you can really see anymore. It's like this long, though.
Yeah.
I'll do like that so you can see a little bit better. It's about that long, and it's that was 9 stitches for me to get that one. So 13 stitches.
I
lot
got
of
12
stitches.
outside and then 1 inside. I didn't know they were
On your brain?
to be fair, Colton, they tried to fix it while they were in
They're
there.
like, while we're in here, we
this is
might as
just-
well see
This
us.
is just
Shit up
weird.
a little bit.
Well,
All
that
right.
is awesome.
Well, I hope you get better.
He won't.
They'll never get better.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey, you know what though?
While
While you're gonna be staying with me for the next 6 weeks, let's break a bone of yours.
Oh,
yeah,
don't do it.
dude.
we'll
don't
get
even
right
talk
over
about
that.
it.
I'll film
Film
it.
Just don't do what Mike the intern did. Jump over your own leg.
We do that,
already
and maybe
told me I
Did
should
somebody
do
do that and break their leg?
no, he
No,
didn't
but
break his leg.
You could
But
easily break something by doing that.
it's
Yeah.
a Gavin
It's a
thing.
Gavin stunt.
Gavin tries to get us to do it all the time.
Like
'Cause
you're
he can
holding
do
one
it.
leg
Not
and
doing
then
it.
you jump over it with your other one.
Yeah, I've seen people do it.
It's
I've
like
never
the
wanted to
ultimate
do it.
trick to watch someone fuck themselves up.
Yeah, Jeff's wife broke her finger.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah,
trying to
Griffin.
do that?
Yeah, Griffin broke her
she broke her
finger.
finger.
And it's because Gavin was like, do it.
Uh huh. Yeah,
Dude,
there's a
he's
video
evil,
of it.
man.
She
There's a
completely
video.
broke
He's
it?
evil. You ever see that
He's a
movie
piece of
called
shit.
The
Evil.
Good Son?
Oh yeah.
That's-
With Macaulay
that's
Culkin.
Gavin,
Who's that?
man.
That's Macaulay Culkin and is it
Macaulay
Elijah
Culkin
Wood?
and Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I if I had to make the choice, I'd drop Gavin off a cliff. I'm just saying it.
Okay.
It's just like, you
All
were
right.
the
I mean,
okay.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna admit that I would commit a murder.
That was
but-
it wasn't a murder. It was like save Gavin or save
Oh,
the
I
other
see.
kid.
Oh, I
That's
see.
what I'm,
Oh,
that's like
okay,
the end of the
okay.
movie. That was
Yeah.
the choice she had to make.
Sophie's choice.
Well, because it was her son, right?
her
Like the
son
good
who's
son was
bad.
her son, and the good son was the bad son. And then the other kid was what? It was like his cousin or something like that. Was her nephew or
something
something?
like that? But he was chill. And
Yeah, he
she
was
had to, She had to
chill.
let her own kid die.
Macaulay Culkin was not great.
He did stuff in that movie too, which actually takes place in Austin now. He did that thing where he threw like a dummy over the
Oh God,
the
the
expressway
overpass.
Overpass.
Yep.
There's people in Austin. This is terrible. They take rocks
Oh,
and they
yeah.
throw them over the overpass on the cars
Well,
going
I don't
by.
think it's people. I think it's one person.
I think it's one person too. Dude, I have never been pro putting up cameras to catch crimes. That's put up the cameras. and let's cover those
You
overpasses.
guys hear
someone
about
got
that
seriously
crazy new stuff that they got?
Hey, well, by the way, Andy, thank you for stopping by.
Hey,
Very
thanks,
much. Appreciate
Andy.
it. Yeah. Don't pass out.
You're excused.
He must have 13. He must have looked like a baseball with 13 stitches in your head.
Dude. Day before he starts work, he tells the boss to shut up. But there was this.
have a good report.
I think it might have been on This American Life or one of those, like intellectual, shows. But they were talking about this program called I forget what it's called, Angel Watch or something, that they have in Iraq and in the Middle East, where a plane flies above a city and takes a full picture of the city every second. And the reason that they started doing it is to find out where improvised like roadside bombs were coming from. So what they do is they're just flying around, and then they get a report of a roadside bomb. They go back through the photos, they find the place where they find the explosion, and then they just go backwards in time until they can find who the person is who set it up, and then where they came from.
Yeah.
And so then they started using that and just like flying over and started using it to like find people.
Wow.
But then they tried it in a trial, I believe, like in Cleveland, Ohio, or somewhere, and they like were able to like find. But it was that. It was just basically some plane flying above the city, taking a picture every second. And so a crime 911 call goes in. A guy was just shot. They can see where the gunshot goes off. Then they can follow the guy back to his car, see where he came from. Then they can go forward in time, see where he went.
That's like Minority
Shit,
Report
yeah.
stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It must. I mean, that's a big photo to be able to zoom in that much. And
Well,
find.
the plane they can go overhead. Like a satellite would be really tough, but there's satellites, apparently military satellites, that can read the print on a nickel on the ground. I mean, I'm sure it's extrapolated and they
fuck.
can enhance it or whatever.
Right.
They can
But
look it up.
they weren't
enhance.
into the nickel filter,
But yeah,
basically.
I think that's what's gonna, I think that's what's gonna lead to more cameras. It's just gonna be crimes like that. These like random crazy crimes where it's like, all right, we got to catch this guy.
I want to hear your thoughts on that because we grew up without cameras. I want to hear your thoughts on that in a second. But first, I want to say thanks to they're considered old men in esports when they're like 22.
Yeah.
They age out so fast in esports. It's crazy.
Wasn't the average age at Minecon like 12?
Oh, let me just
No,
12 or 13?
probably younger than that. Minecon, probably closer to
Matt
10.
and Jeff went to Minecon. Matt Bragg.
Speaking of Jeff.
Oh, is it
at
Jeff right there?
Minecon,
Lurking
Jeff,
he
you
is
want to come
right
talk to us
there.
about Minecon? Hey, do you guys get freaked out, by the way, when there's a mic right over there if you want to join in? You get to be in front of the patch set. You can walk in front of the cameras, Jeff. No big deal. That's your style.
That's fine. All right, there he goes. He might not tell you to shut
Whenever
up,
I
though.
see like posts or forum discussions about Matt, I always get so confused because they're talking about Matt Bragg more typically because he appears on camera a lot.
Right.
But I always associate the name Matt with Matt Hullum. It's so
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Right.
All right, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
First off, I'm not saying shit till I get a beer.
All right, we get you beer.
Hey, that's on.
I'll run it
That's
over.
on game.
This is part of my job.
This
Like
is
I said,
my
I
beer
watched
I'm donating to.
every Rooster Teeth video in one day, so I knew he was gonna ask for a beer.
I'm looking for more beer. Hang on.
Yeah,
I know there's five
Colton
in
sat down. By the way, Jeff is a huge Key and Peele fan.
Oh,
huge
cool.
Key and Peele.
I never heard of it. What is that?
Aren't you right? Am I?
Tight.
Yeah, no, I'm like the world's biggest Key and Peele fan.
Yeah. So
Oh.
People always say that, right? I'm the world's biggest blank, but I am.
no, he absolutely is. Like Colton was the
Biggest
inspiration
Dorito fan.
for the Liam Neeson sketch because he came in saying Liam Neeson's one day.
Yeah, no, Michael
Yeah.
told me that. That's
Oh,
awesome.
all right.
And he wrote the Noise sketch, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's very funny.
What's up? Which one?
Comedy.
It's called Noise, and it's like when they have like dance circles and there's in all these dance movies there's people like doing moves, but there's always this like one guy who's not a dancer but who's just off to the side. He's always like Noise, and he like calls out like when somebody does a cool move. And so Jordan and I were talking one day like, oh, what if there was another guy who's also calling out the nice moves, and then kind of they sort of like have a connection, and then it's like, hey man, you got to leave because I'm the guy who says Noise in this dance crew, and then he leaves, but then he starts feeling lonely because he got rid of the only guy that he ever had a connection with.
And then he's like throwing up gang signs.
And he
Look
throws
at
up
him.
his tiny little dead finger,
gang- sad
gang
finger.
sign. Yeah.
Bernie's got
So
it.
it's a
I haven't seen that one.
wonderful story.
It's a good one.
I actually
and
feel
it's-
bad
and-
that you've seen all of our sketches and somehow I missed that one. But
you
Jeff went over to London. He went to Minecon. Do you know what Minecon is?
I
a
mean,
Minecraft
I would
convention.
imagine it was Minecraft.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Minecraft convention. So what was Minecon like, Jeff?
Can I just say first, you guys haven't let me be on the podcast in 5 years.
You're so full of
and I
shit.
have to follow that fucking berry-faced retard? How is that fair?
Andrew.
I'm a co-founder of this goddamn company. I gotta follow him. the hell?
was here
What has the
before
last
you.
13 years been for?
We want to welcome Jeff back to the podcast.
True, he's been sitting there, Jeff.
What'd I miss?
You haven't been sitting there.
It's true.
He was waiting for his turn.
We
And
almost
also,
made,
Broken Bones came
Jeff,
out,
we
so.
almost made him pass out. We were.
I walked in at the tail end of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him my thumb story when we get off set.
Oh, no, that's a terrible one for him.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I just heard Andrew go, no, offset.
You want to know about Minecon?
yeah.
What do you
yeah.
want to know?
All of it.
Well, he
Age,
was talking about the
everything.
demographic. You know, there's something that happens with, I read comments sometimes, and like people get like really like upset or cringy about like other people's events, like live events. People get upset about it. But I always find like when people have that cringe effect, it's got to be like some kind of expression of like low confidence on their part. When you went to Minecon, did you have a good time? Was it a fun event?
I had a blast, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some segments of your panel, and they seemed like they were great.
Yeah.
I saw the guy
That's a
asking
great
for
story.
some shout out on camera.
Fucking first off, Minecraft was illuminating from a businessman standpoint because I knew that the game had skewed younger, but I had no fucking clue that the average age of a Minecraft fan is like 7 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like Stampy was there, and he's like the new Barney, or like it was like
Yeah.
a Wiggles concert. It was fucking bizarre.
Oh, wow, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it was like a Wiggles concert. It really was. It was really
His
interesting.
name is Stampy?
Stampy
His
Longnose.
Stompy.
Nice kid though. I met him. He's a big RT fan.
Stampy Longnose or
Stampy
Longhead?
Longnose.
How
How old is he?
He's gotta be like 22, 23.
Oh, okay.
They're all
You say
young.
kid, I
the
think.
guys,
They're all like-
the guys, you haven't heard of him, Colton? He's enormous online. I mean, he has so many viewers. One of which is Jeff's daughter, who watches him and not Jeff's stuff. in
Yeah, I
Minecraft.
got some interesting input on that too.
That's Stampy?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
He looks like
I've
he's
never
a really
seen him
nice kid. Looks
before.
kinda like
I
a
never saw
pedophile,
him
but
until
he's a
Jeff
really
showed
nice
me a
kid.
picture.
I
of him.
actually know the character, but not the dude. I know that orange
Yeah,
character.
that
So
dude
that's
is
his
like
skin?
the Minecraft dude.
He's
for
like the
kids.
Brad
And
Pitt
he
of
builds like
7-year-olds.
cool stuff? Is that his...
I guess
He just
does
makes
Let's
like
Plays.
very kid-friendly videos. That Jeff's got. It's very Barney like, hello kids, what would you like to do today?
He is
It's
the
like,
I see.
he's
that's
the Liam
millions and
Neeson's
millions
of the
views.
pre-K
He
set.
Oh,
he ends
please,
every
what's
video
that?
with like, remember kids, eat your fruits and vegetables. Bye, 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 bye. I know because I hear it 24 goddamn hours a day in my house.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, no, it's all right. Anyway, nice kid. But yeah, I don't know. It was cool. It was interesting. I learned a lot that I didn't know about the direction Minecraft is heading. They're very focused on getting it in classrooms and using it as a social tool and an educational tool.
Yep.
They had people from the fucking UN get up and talk about Minecraft and how they're using it in developing nations and stuff. Like it was really weird
crazy.
and interesting. And I just, I mean, and I'm thinking like that whole time, like the guy from the UN is doing that thing. I'm thinking about the time that Gavin and I made a glory hole. Where you stick your dick in the hole and it punches you in the dick and kills you.
Or the sheep anus.
Yeah, or like like
the
you climb up
opening
the
sheep
shit
anus.
The
to get
operating
into its
sheep
asshole.
anus.
Didn't Jack have a dick in one of them too?
He's got a
Jack's had
dick
a
in every
dick, yeah.
single one of them. It's
Jack
a
Jack has a
statue.
dick on a
had a dick
daily
in real
basis,
life,
let's
by
be
the way.
clear.
Well, you know,
Jack has a statue
prove
of
it.
him with his dick, and then if you hit a button, his dick shoots lava out. Right?
Yeah.
I thought it was water.
It depends. We alternate.
Yeah, we
But
go back and forth.
That's
the
why Dennis
interesting-
wear face shields.
the funny thing about the Minecon to me is we were very last minute additions, right? And so they said, hey, we had somebody drop out. Do you guys want to come in? We're all big Achievement Hunter fans, Rooster Teeth fans, of course. Yada, yada, yada. So we said, fuck it. Yeah, we'll go. And I brought Matt Bragg because he's our Minecraft guy, and nobody else was available.
Jack was
I brought him
available.
because he's our Minecraft guy, and every single other person said no first.
Reasons are in no particular order.
And they said, yeah, we want you to do a panel. And I said, yeah, sure. And they said, all right, we got this 500-person room. Can you do that? And I was like, yeah, no problem. We're happy to do it. And they said, hey, we'd like to bump you up to a 1,000-person stadium, theater, whatever. And I said, yeah, that's no problem. We can do that. And I didn't realize at the time it was way too late to change the literature. And so the room they gave us was meant for another group of Minecrafters who appeal to 4-year-olds.
Sure, that makes sense.
And so we
kid
were
just keeps
not
getting younger.
in the literature in any capacity whatsoever for Minecon. So I kept running into people that were like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I'm doing a panel. So the day of the panel, I just walked around and I was like, if I can talk to at least 10 people, there'll at least be 10 people in the audience, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then the day before, I should preface it with this. The organizers came by, very nice people, very awesome people. And they go, hey, you probably know this. We don't need to tell you this. But, you know, Minecon is a very family-friendly event. And Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth are not super family-friendly. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your panel that's going to be live-streamed on Twitch to, like, every kindergartner in the world.
I know the
And I was like, yeah, we got it. That's fine. No problem. So we go to our panel. And it's this 1,000-person theater, and we're behind the stage, as you do. and we it's like 6 o'clock, so we walk out to do our hour-long panel, and I look at the audience. There's about 800 people in the chairs, and it's fucking crickets and tumbleweeds. And I go, well, that's kind of interesting. You know, and not to seem like egotistical, but usually when we like appear, at least somebody's like, oh yeah, there's those dudes that we know that we came to sit down.
Oh, you mean when you walked out?
Yeah, when we walked out on stage.
Yeah.
When you
That's
walked out,
usually
they were just quiet.
It was like fucking, I got hit with a tumbleweed. It was weird.
Those are really usually very fun moments, Jeff, where we're standing backstage at a big panel like PAX.
You have that, like-
Colton's going to be on our PAX Prime panel, right? Aren't you?
yes.
We're talking
Nice.
about it.
Yes.
That's a lot of fun, but I know
Also-
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Comic-Con.
So,
and I thought, well, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So Matt and I walk up on stage, and I sit down, and it's still very quiet. And I thought, that is also interesting. So I grab a microphone, and I thought, this is time to be humble. So I said, hey, my name's Jeff, this is Matt. We're from a company called Rooster Teeth, and we make cartoons, and we play video games, and yada, yada, yada. And 200 people stood up and left. And I didn't know why, and I thought, well, that was weird. And I said, all right, that's cool.
I thought it was Matt Holm. That's what they all said.
Yeah. And so I said, typically when we do these events, we prepare some special videos for you guys. And we have some cool stuff to show you.
Saw that.
But because we're last minute, very last minute, we didn't have time to like prepare anything. So I thought we would just do like an intimate Q&A where we you ask me some questions, I ask you some questions. We have fun. And we all become friends. Another 100 people got up and left.
What? Who are
Yeah.
these people?
Well, I'll get there.
Okay.
So I go, well, this is interesting. And I look over at Matt, and Matt looks ashen. Well, he always does. He looks extra ashen.
Right. He does.
And,
He's see-through at this
and then I
point.
realized, I started thinking about it, and I realized Matt has never done a panel before. And I look to my left, and there's nobody over there. And I go, all right, well, this is going to be some heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Not a problem. We've been doing this for 13 years. We can do this, right? So I give a little spiel. We take the first question. The first question is the douchebag in bunny rabbit ears who does the Kappa in the chat.
Oh,
Twitch
that was
thing.
the first guy?
Very first question.
I'm
So we had to
sorry.
deal with that. And Colton, if you don't know what this is, I apologize. It's there's this meme like troll thing you do on Twitch where you, and I don't know why, but you tell people to spam Kappa.
That's the dude.
I don't even know what it means.
They're showing the dude right here, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that little shit fuck.
And he's filming.
And so
Wait, what?
he gets up and he says, "It's my birthday. Everybody say Kappa in the chat," and everybody just looks at him like he's an idiot. So he says it again. And
It's very
it's meant
awkward.
to, because the show is being streamed through Twitch, it's meant to cause disruption.
You see the
in
people
chat.
waving them off. Get out of here.
Does he go to
Dude was a real-
everything
dude was a real
that's streamed
fucker.
by Twitch?
Yeah,
He went to a bunch of the
He
panels,
does the
I think.
thing like he's your equivalent of your noise guy. He comes up and says, "Everybody say Kappa," and he starts the chant Kappa, and then nothing from the people in the audience, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are the worst." So he that's the first guy,
Yeah.
and he's alienating the
And
audience
it's
on your
the same
behalf.
guy. He's traveling the world.
No, Kappa's a thing they do on Twitch, and he's just trying to capitalize.
So
on
he's
it.
just a guy
He's
trying to
just
get in
being,
the mix.
he
right. No
just-
pun
yeah.
intended, Barb.
So
I was gonna-
we survived that, and I think, all right,
different
well, it can't get any worse than this.
Next.
Next guy comes up, and I'm kind of paraphrasing because I don't really. Things were a blur at this point. And he goes, "Hey, I just want to say I like the channel. Blah blah blah. You guys have provided a lot of entertainment. Anyway, I don't like that you guys are making a new YouTube channel. I'm not going to subscribe to it. I'm not going to watch your content anymore. Anyway, have a good time. I enjoyed what I watched in the past.
I missed all of this.
Yeah. So I go, all right, that's interesting. Then I look at the audience and
Can
I see
it
there's
be?
like
Can it be
four
okay?
more
Can it be
people in
okay that
line.
we punch people in the face? That say
I
that.
didn't.
What he
Here's
didn't
the
like
point.
that there was going to be another.
We
YouTube-
launched a new Achievement Hunter channel. So
It's caused some controversy because people are stupid. But
Okay.
people don't understand common sense and things that make
Wow.
sense. But so
Jeff with a dramatic return to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
Yeah.
So from that point on, it goes incredibly well. Like I you start doing those little tricks you learn, like you answer every question with a question. Like what are the 3 hardest achievements to get in Minecraft? And you're like, what do you think the 3 hardest achievements to get in Minecraft are? And they're like, duh. And you're like, not so easy, is it? And you go through that whole thing, and I get really verbose, and things start to recover, and it's actually going pretty well. And Matt he gains a little bit of color, and he's fine, and things are going well. I don't know, it's fine. And then at one point, somebody asks. But I have my phone out with a timer letting me know how much time I got to kill. I've got like 38 minutes left. And somebody asks what entails making an episode of Red vs. Blue, which I haven't done in 6 years. But I remember the process because we invented it, right? So I go, oh, this is a softball. Like I can talk about this for 20 minutes. So I get really long on how to make an episode of Red vs. Blue. And at some point I go, and then and I'm getting to the audio portion. Like you get into the booth and you record a line. Like if it's Griff, I go, son of a bitch, or whatever. And you keep going. And as soon as I get the words out of my mouth, I get a text, and then another text, and I'm like, that's odd. And it's from a British number. I'm like, I don't know anybody from England except for that douche Gavin. And so I flip it and I look, and it's like, what are you doing? This is going out to everybody in the world. You've got to stop swearing. You're ruining Minecon. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh, really?
So then
The organizers?
I forgot. Yeah.
'Cause
So I
son of a
forgot.
bitch.
I said son of a bitch was a bad deal, I guess. So then I had to remember to go super family friendly, which we're really good at. So that was easy.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, from PG-13 to like PG-7.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like Peggy 4.
Peggy
That's for the international audience.
Yeah.
Peggy.
So, well, we were in England, right? So, anyway.
It's like the person texted you and said you're ruining Minecon. It's so like,
Yeah, they did.
It's so
A
British.
little bit.
to be like,
Stop.
I'm going
You
to text
said-
him while he's
You said the
out
B
there
word.
talking.
Also,
And by the way, I don't even think the word bitch is a swear word in England.
No, not in.
I
Especially
think it's like,
not in
don't they sell
England.
bitchy-o cereal and
For
stuff?
reference, the last 2 videos that Jeff's been in on the Rooster Teeth channel, he took his dick out in one, and he talked with his wife about taking a dildo in the ass.
When'd you take your dick out? Which one?
Oh, it wasn't that one. No, that was the one. You're talking about the one where my wife peed her pants. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did take my dick out
family
earlier.
friendly.
I was talking about the rain run.
Yeah,
when you
I
got
did
your-
that. You know what I did the other day? The day Gavin left town, he had a
Yeah.
conference call with
Yeah, this was
Samsung
great.
or something. And he was in his little office. And so I'm sorry, this is an aside.
You don't have to diminish his office.
And
it's just a regular
so I
office.
just took my dick out and I smashed it against the window.
The glass. It's like a glass
And I kept
door.
knocking on it until he turned around, and he got so fucking angry. That kid takes business very seriously. So I
Yeah.
opened the door because I wasn't getting the reaction I wanted, and I just stuck my dick on the table.
Yeah. It's-
He was having a time.
This
with
was
that.
the best show ever from behind. Like, I got to witness all this without seeing Jeff's dick. Like, I'm watching him stand up against the door, and as he's doing, he's just going, "Ugh." Like, and I mentioned this to him. Anytime, like, his dick or, like, his nuts come out, and it's always at Gavin, like, to, like, scare him off. So Gavin's
professional
like,
work
Gavin's
environment.
like, stop. Well, they lived together for, like, 7 years. Whenever that happens, Jeff's noise for that is, "Bleh." So it's like
I do the same thing in bed.
he'll always like take it out to Gavin and be like, "Yeah," and just chase him around with it.
Couldn't Lindsay see you from that angle though?
Probably,
She
yeah.
sits right there.
All right, well,
No,
good on her.
He was smashed up against the glass. He was fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so Minecon was great.
So my comment
The panel recovered. It was a very good panel. I
Full
was super
circle.
professional, and I saved it. Matt Bragg was also present, and it was a good time.
Wait, but wait, why did all those people leave at the beginning then?
So, I found out later. Sorry, yeah. The caveat is, I found out later. I put 2 and 2 together. They thought I was like some Wiggles-esque like content creator for like 7-year-olds
What was
who
their
never
first
fucking
clue?
heard of us. I don't know the name, but apparently the guys are super shitheads. Like apparently they had the organizers. I don't want to call anybody out, but apparently the organizers had tons of trouble with them the entire event. And yeah, they just didn't show, and so we filled in. And there was a bunch of like sad 7-year-old kids who were expecting to see Raffi or whatever.
They got you in the bed.
And
I got a son of a bitch.
yeah, and they got the untalented white Chris Rock or whatever.
And then on the flight home, Jeff had to be moved to a different seat because he was sitting next to it.
Right.
Company
Well, because he was sitting next to
Sitting
Matt.
at
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I had to sit next to Matt. So Colton was actually surprised that when Andy was on the mic, that Andy's starting his internship, and he told me to shut the fuck up. And so
Well, he said shut up. You
he said shut up.
escalated it.
He said
Shut
shut
up,
up. I did. I took it up a notch. He said shut up.
you guys want me? I could de-intern them.
Go. Really?
Yeah,
Well, Jeff is his boss. Yeah. So.
technically, yeah.
We just made it.
According to the org chart, I'm the goddamn head of gaming.
We
Yeah,
gotta
you're in charge of Funhouse.
true.
find a way. We gotta find a way. Jeff, don't say stuff like org chart. Never again. We gotta find
Don't
a way to
send
make
me org
Andy
charts.
Andy pass out at some
It
point.
would be so easy. So easy.
How you feel about
have
dicks,
no
Andy?
idea.
Dicks won't do anything to him.
Not that
Feel
great.
that great.
We can work on
This
that.
environment is such that like Jeff pressing his genitals up against glass to Gavin's office. There was a time when they did this live event earlier this year in February, and they were all out of the office. And Colton, I legitimately thought about this. This was a thing where I was like walking and I stopped and thought about it for more than 30 seconds. It was late in the day. I had to go to the bathroom and take a poop, and I literally stopped by the Achievement Hunter office and go, "There's nobody in here. I could poop on one of their desks." Michael, I legitimately thought about pooping on Gavin's desk.
Be funny. Be funny.
For like a good 30 seconds. That crossed my mind, Colton. But as a professional, I didn't do that.
I know.
I'm glad that you made that choice.
That would've
So
scarred
I
him
think
for
it's
life.
good too.
Here's the
Gavin
problem.
from ever coming back to work.
The reason Bernie probably didn't do it, no camera.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta get footage out of it.
You gotta
if you're gonna
film
do
it.
Yeah.
Actually, I went through. I have a good ability to look through to the end of things, and then I realized that
I mean, we're moving in 2 weeks.
No, well, I had the feeling you're moving out of that place.
Yeah.
But you guys, I calculated the amount of time that the poop would be in there before you guys got back, and it was like 18 hours, and it would make that office like uninhabitable.
Oh, it would
So,
have been bad news. It would have gotten hard, and like you'd have to like try to scrape
Yeah,
it
because
off.
that was on
you
a
reach a point of no
weekend, right?
return for removing that stuff.
It was a Thursday or Friday, and so they would have been gone all weekend.
Yeah,
And that would have just
Would've
nice
what?
and hot in
would have been
there
rough. Would have been rough.
Smelled it
Yep.
up nice and
Well,
good.
Jeff, thank you for telling us about Minecon.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys in 5 years.
I'm really tired of you being on the podcast, though. Can you please get the
No,
fuck out of here?
I've overstayed my welcome. I understand.
Just come take Michael's seat now. He's off.
But you can actually, Achievement Hunter, in a way, kind of has their own podcast now where they do Sunday driving, which I'm a big fan of, and they should do more Sunday drivings. Jeff, do more Sunday drivings after you cross in front of the cave.
Hey, he just pulled his dick out.
Hey, Patrick, how are we doing on time? Because I don't even know when we started. We have 7 minutes left. I should probably read our last ad read, huh? All right. This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by. But man,
Like, you know,
my parents,
shipping.
when I was growing up, whenever I was playing video games, they were like, "Stop doing that." Like Michael was saying, "Get out of the house." Where did Michael go, by the way?
I think he probably went to the bathroom.
He's the worst. I talked about pooping, and then
Can't
he had
hold
to
it.
go.
He had to
Can't
go
hold
poop.
He had
He
to go.
heard you talking about it.
Andy, you want to come in and sit in for Michael? That'd be the best thing ever.
Oh, you had your chance.
And then when
All
Michael
right,
comes back
have a
and sees
seat.
you,
Have a
Michael
seat.
comes back and sees
All
you.
right,
He's
now
gonna
get
fucking
outta
roll
here.
you out of that chair. I know he's gonna do it when he comes back. All right. So when I was a kid growing up, though, Colton, my parents were like, "Get off those video games. Get out of the house." And it's like my whole career now has been based on video games. I can't imagine if there was a fucking $100,000 prize pool, like what that would mean.
That's so crazy.
I would
Yeah.
just spend my entire every day learning how to play that
I
game.
mean,
and
there's
become the
probably
best
there
at
must
it.
be parents out there that are making their kids get good at video games.
You know
Good
what?
money for
Oh
that.
my god!
Baseball game, right? Was the MLB the Show or whatever? Or
Talking to your mic. You're looking at me.
the MLB the Show game or the MLB game? The MLB game?
And then-
That
What was
baseball
that, Andy?
game?
What was it?
It's like if you played a perfect game, like you struck every batter out. I don't know a lot about baseball.
Oh yeah.
you should have-
yeah.
If you pitched a perfect game.
Yeah,
Pitched
that's
a
it.
perfect
Pitched a
game.
perfect game. You got like $1 million.
Yeah.
Hey
that
man,
game?
what
Oh.
happened to Michael? That's not. Wait a second.
This
There's
is
two
bad news.
Michaels.
It's bad
You've
news.
been replaced.
Bye, everybody.
I told you you're gonna get rolled. You're gonna get rolled. Hey, Andy, you know
shut
what my
up.
favorite part of baseball is? Did you ever see when a pitcher like throws a fastball, like a 90-mile fastball, and it catches a batter like
Stop
right on
listening.
the end of their elbow and
Doink.
snaps their end of their elbow off?
That's horrible.
That breaks like 3 bones at once, dude. It's
He
pretty
just
bad.
flipped you up.
Pretty bad.
He
Shut
told
up.
you to shut up.
Shut up. Fuck you.
I don't know what else can happen. at
Seriously,
this
super
point.
excited to start work on Monday, though.
Yeah.
Thanks you so much for the opportunity.
He's before he even started work, he let everybody know his biggest weakness.
Right.
know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Rookie
It is
mistake.
going to be a
And
problem.
an even bigger weakness than that, he needs this internship to graduate college.
Is that
buddy.
true? You told us that?
He just
We
I mean,
got
it
you
is-
over a barrel,
I
dude.
mean, it is true, whether he tells us or not. He told me.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
You're,
Yes, he
you're a
decided.
great friend.
Now that, you know,
That's what
Friendship,
happens when you steal his seat for a
entertainment.
little bit.
we can do whatever we want to you. Is basically what that means, Andy. That's what that means.
Vacuum, I'll do the fridge.
You, buddy, you
Y'all
got
get to
way
vacuum.
more in store for you, my friend.
That's not what he meant.
Not about
Did you miss the
vacuuming.
conversation
I
about
mean-
pooping on people's desks?
Yeah.
Did you miss that?
Yeah.
Who do you think cleans up that poop?
It's like, it's a funny joke. Andy, get in here with the kit and the face shield.
With the
That giant
kid.
face shield.
With the kid.
No, he doesn't
Protect your
get a
eyes
face
from
shield.
herpes, man.
I actually there's another group that's online that does gameplay stuff. They're called The Creatures, and one of my favorite videos that they did is they got this spray that smells like ass, and I laughed so hard watching their videos with that I went and got
That was
like
the vomit spray.
oh,
that they used.
I got vomit spray and I got ass spray. The ass spray's been in the kitchen now for like
Don't
3 months.
tell people
I know.
that.
I listen. This is
It's gone.
This is pre-recorded, so we'll be okay. But it's
I'm
been
going
sitting
there right after this.
I've actually been thinking about the spray. It's Michael. It's right over the sink.
I'm going for it,
Stop
dude.
it.
What does it smell like?
I'm learning a
It
lot
smells like
right now.
just raw ass, just like straight up, just like raw swampy ass. It's horrendous.
Like if there was shit on a desk that'd been sitting there for a week.
But I got Gavin so good with the vomit stuff. It was on this podcast actually, where there was a point in time when
Oh,
I had
man,
a bunch
I
of
saw that.
I had a bunch of colognes
Yeah,
that
I
smelled like
remember.
stuff. Like I had a sawdust cologne and a grass. It smelled like green grass cologne. And I talked to Gavin and said, "Hey, remember when I bought all those colognes that smell like green grass and sawdust?" He goes, "I love those." I go, "Yeah." I go, "I got this new one," and he leans in
You said
and I
it smelled like
sprayed
cotton
it.
candy.
I sprayed it right in his face. I go, They make one now that smells like cotton candy. And I sprayed it, and he goes, and I go, but that's not this one. This one smells like vomit. And Gavin, with his gag reflex, I thought he was going to lose it.
He flipped over the couch backwards.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, that. I was just like, I'm really confused.
Barbara knew it was coming a mile away.
I didn't know you were going to spray it across
He
me.
ran away.
I had to leave because it smelled so bad.
He ran away
It's
like
so bad.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's not great.
Like, that smell also traveled like crazy.
That's also what those beanbag chairs over there smell like.
Oh,
like
yeah.
essence of that. There's some beanbag chairs over there.
Really?
Marcus was talking about like what chairs to get as we were setting up for Barbara and I. Like your chairs were in place.
Yeah.
And there was some, and I said jokingly, "Let's use a beanbag." And he goes, "Oh, actually, we have beanbag chairs over here." And
just
I
smell
walk
like
over there and I show him,
vomit.
and I'm like, "Oh yeah." And as I'm jumping them, he's like, "Yeah, they don't smell good though." Like I jump into it, hit, and it was like you hit, but then that air is like, and you
gross.
smell it, and I was like, "Oh, this smells like shit. It smells like a pile of feces. Like someone vomited on a pile of shit and then wrapped
stuffed
a
it.
fabric around it and
Yeah.
called it a beanbag."
Yikes.
It's fucking outrageous.
How did you jump on it? Face first or back first?
Back first, thankfully.
See, I
it
did
was
the
like
opposite.
it was like
They just collect
Yeah.
farts. They collect farts over time. That's
This
what
is
it
fucking
these
terrible.
These are brand new ones.
Are they?
Yeah.
No. It's not a fart thing. It's
Not a
like
sponsor of the podcast.
It's like a material thing. Like someone like the fabric was made out of
You
someone's
guys just gave
asshole.
me a great idea for $1 million butt question. So you gave me a great one.
Oh,
for
dude,
it.
you're
I
welcome.
got it.
What's my
we
cut?
Have, we have a new episode
think?
coming out next
We
week.
do. We
Yeah.
do. I feel weird because I have this obligation now to end the podcast, and usually I'm the person who does everything in his power to not end the
true.
podcast.
Oh.
Do you want us
like
to do it for
15
you?
seconds now.
But we got Colton. We got
Do we have 15
Colton to
seconds?
the set because we're gonna go film a special episode of $1 Million Butt with Colton.
Yeah.
I loved the premises.
Are you serious?
I'm looking forward to what
Learning
Colton
so
has to say.
stories, they're
All right.
great.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
thanks so much for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Colton.
Thanks for
pleasure.
listening to the RT podcast.
You're way better than Gus.
Yeah, it was great to meet you.
Yeah. Andy, you want to say go fuck yourself to me one more time before we quit?
Save it for tomorrow.
All right, go fuck yourself. How about that? All right, thanks everybody for watching.
Bye, love you.
I like you a lot.
Hello, this is the Rooster Teeth Podcast with Gus, Gavin, Burnie, and Barbara. I'm just gonna. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Rooster Teeth Podcast. I'm gonna come over here now. We're still listening to the podcast. Podcast.